Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Speaking of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
All right. At 560 WQAM. Do you realize that we have only 30 days and 14 hours left before the end of the world? Do you realize that?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Maybe that's the problem lately. Maybe they're all at the ATM. Maybe they're lined up there. This overhead, by the way, blows. But at any rate.
Too low?
Yeah, it's lower than... It just keeps changing every day. But then again, don't start yet. Wait about 2 minutes before you start. So my morning here starts on the fax machine. And excuse me, by the way, for getting all excited about something that evidently affects me and 10 other people and nobody else. Starts with a fax from a Kathy, and I'm a little bit suspicious because this, I don't understand this deal. This looks just like the other faxes we were getting yesterday from allegedly from the West Coast, and this also has a West Coast Pacific Time thing on a phone number. But then it shows from Catherine O'Brien, and it's got a Broward number on here. Well, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? And the thing up here has got a 760 area code, the phone number on the, I don't get it. But at any rate, Kathy says, and this is so typical, what's in it for me? I wanted to call yesterday while bemoaning the fact that everyone kept bringing up the old system of network affiliates that DirecTV used to offer. You said that a network feed is a network feed no matter where it comes from. Did I say that?
No.
No. Wasn't I the first one screaming and yelling about the local affiliates forcing us to watch their network feeds when CBS and Fox took it away? Wasn't I the first one screaming and yelling about that?
Uh-huh.
But there was nothing you could do about it, Kathy. And the new law that I was carrying on about yesterday that enables you to say goodbye to the cable, it doesn't have to do with that. Although it does have to do with that if you live in an area or you're using a phony address that where you don't receive the local channels clearly. It does have to do with that. Because then it allows you to go back and get your east and west feeds, et cetera, and so on. But that's not the main thrust of the new law. But Kathy says, I fired cable the day DSS was installed, bought a cheap roof antenna to get the local channels because that's all they're worth. But one time she wanted to watch the Rangers game, and they had Rick Sanchez on Calle Ocho. And one time I was trying to watch Guiding Light, and they had the, Elliot Rodriguez screaming and yelling about the Coast Guard spraying the Cuban refugees and all that other crap. That's right, I agree with you, Kathy, but that's not what this is all about. She says, the new law means nothing to me. And I think that's what a lot of people you spoke to yesterday were trying to say, if only they'd been taught how to use their words. It means nothing to you. All we heard yesterday was from people talking about basically two things. Stealing cable, the illegal cable boxes and illegal cards for the DSS, and they want the East and West affiliates. Does this law have anything to do with either one of those things?
No.
No. In addition to which, by the way, now Channel 900 does work. It is on there, and it points out that New York and LA are operative, and 901 will work on your DirecTV. I can't speak for EchoStar because I don't have it, but 901 will work as soon as it's available in Miami, in your market. So it's imminent. It's almost any day. And I don't give a crap what anybody says. I think it's a major boon. I think it's big news. Is it in the papers today?
No.
Is there one word about it today?
No.
So let me be selfish, Kathy, okay? It does affect me, and I do care about it. And I do want to say goodbye to the cable. And yes, I would like to get the East and West feeds and all the other goddamn feeds of all the networks. But you know something? If I can't get it, I can't get it. I'm not going to sit there, screaming at the moon like some kind of a rabid dog, like a lot of people in the audience were doing yesterday. If you can get it, get it. If you can't get it, you can't get it. And the signals either. So there you go, Kathy. Thanks for starting off my day, which is already, of course, being in here. I mean, God. Let me just do a little line check on here, okay? Here you go. Here's line 1. Sounds a little bit suspect to me. Here's line 2. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do you think that is? You don't think our phone lines are screwed up again, do you?
Uh-huh.
Let's see line 3. How's that sound? Huh? Hello? What about that line 2 again? Starts out okay. Okay, well, we'll have to play it by ear, okay? We'll have to get some line checkers on here to see if these phones are going to work. Because I told our program director this morning, he ran out of here in tears after I told him, but I told him this morning if the phone don't work again today, we're playing music. Today and every other day. Because this is where I draw the line in the sand. What we went through here yesterday for the 8 millionth time, you can make a joke out of it, and I can play all the that's funny. But after a while, it's not funny anymore. Part of the responsibility of this goddamn company is to provide a studio that works, including a phone system that works. It's a goddamn talk show, Greg. You have to have a phone system that works. And they lie, and they lie, and they stonewall, and they keep stalling all. And I take all full responsibility. I should have told them months ago. That unless we got this goddamn thing fixed, I'm going to sit here and play music. Or I'll just call in sick every day for 3 or 4 months, take off and head for a civilized place till they decide they want to, spend the money or the effort to put together a system that works. That's all. And yesterday, we not only had lines malfunctioning, but we had lines that wouldn't roll over. We got people faxing me desperately. They're frantically trying to call, and they're getting fast busy. They're getting the business. They're getting this. They're getting the shaft. That's right. And that's what we do best here at QAM, is give everybody the shaft, including the talent that are trying desperately to do a show to bring in this money so they can pay the goddamn bills out here and maybe someday pay Scotty Mac so we can get this toilet out here in the hallway fixed up. And it's embarrassing. Do they have any shame at all?
No.
You ought to come in here. I wish we could give the whole audience a tour of the facilities here. Oh, my God. You talk about a toilet. You wouldn't pee on the floor here. That's how dangerous. I'm serious.
Too late. They already did.
That's what I'm saying. If you went out here in the hallway and you were desperate, if your bladder was about to burst, you'd find some way to hold it in. You'd go outside in the backyard and squat with the water Nazi outside in the parking lot and do your business out there before you would pee on the floor in here, just for fear that you might expose your privates to the germs and the festering swill that's out there in the hallway. We got stuff hanging from the ceiling. We got insulation. We got all kinds of crap hanging down. It's hanging down in the cord, too. How do you like that? Just take a look. It's hanging down. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, baby. Come to QAM. You're a disgrace, Greg. You're an industry disgrace. Now, it looks like maybe the phone might work today. How do you like that? Maybe. Do you think it'll work for 4 hours?
No.
Well, what percentage, see, because I'm a hard ass, what would you say? Because I remember, not this last time, but the previous time when I was on vacation, you had one day you told me when the phone was like totally out. Am I right?
Well, no, technically difficult or just lack of involvement on the audience's part?
No, I'm not. I'm talking, forget about that. That goes without saying. I'm talking about technical.
Oh, this last time? No,
I'm talking about previous.
Oh, previous. Oh, geez, half the time.
Half the time. And I would say, let's see, we came up here in the middle of March to this great third floor here in the middle of this festering sewer on the third floor. March to April to May to June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months. 8.5 months now, because today is December 1. 8.5 months. I would say during the 8.5 months that we've been on this floor, I would say 40, 50, 60% of the time, maybe more, the phone lines don't work. And we're just here trying to do a talk show. Oh, our chief engineer, he's on vacation this week, George Carso, and Julio, our fat Julio, he's wandering around with Scotch tape somewhere trying to tape the KISS transmitter together again. Trying to keep those nose pickers on the air over there at KISS. And if you got a little extra Scotch tape, be sure and get Bob McKay's piece on his head a little tighter. It's flopped off to one side. People are starting to talk. They're starting to confuse him with Eisenberg. Remember the thing, which one has the Tony? Which one's got the muskrat? That's what they say around here. 10 minutes after 10. I sure feel fired up this morning, I'll tell you that. I am just loaded, ready for beer. And I got a lot of good music, Christmas stuff ready, in case this phone doesn't work.
No portion of this broadcast may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM Beasley Reed Acquisition Corp.
This station stands for nothing.
Every so often, an artist comes along that captures in song the true spirit of Christmas. Now that hallowed tradition lives on. 'Cause here he comes, the hardest working man in snow business, the godfather of Noel, Mr. James Brown.
Standing master, holy master, all is calm, yeah, all is right. See the virgin, and it's time, it's Christmas time, y'all. Let's go wild. Woo!
Yes,
let's go.
a James Brown Christmas song.
Come on.
The two record set that puts the soul in your white Christmas.
Christmas time, and you better watch out. Better not try now. Better not pop. Telling you why, yeah. Santa's got a brand new bag.
Why be good for Christmas when you can be bad? Start rocking your stocking with a James Brown Christmas.
Wow, happy hearing, and you sing, tell it to that newborn king. Christmas in America. I feel broke.
It's 10:16 at 560 WQAM. Wait till you hear this. Here's the greatest facts. When these people here at QAM get a hold of this news, you're right, Stephen. The guy who sent the fax this to me from Broward, he said, you better not let your management hear about this. They'll be the first ones getting it on. WABC, 770 AM in New York, is using a digital CashBox to squeeze even more commercials into Rush Limbaugh's show, the Post has learned. This is from the New York Post. It says, Rush Hour Squeeze. WABC and hundreds of other stations nationwide is testing CashBox, which stands for Cash Radio Time Reduction, whatever that means, which creates more minutes per hour than there actually are. Wait till you hear this. Another seminar for the sales department.
Only $50.
Radio executives, under corporate pressure to keep delivering double-digit revenue increases, are loath to discuss their new technological marvel, and even industry trade publications have so far been mum on the development. CashBox processes live shows like Limbaugh's while they're on the air, digitally compressing gaps and pauses in speech in order to allow as many as 5 additional commercial minutes each hour above and beyond Limbaugh's normal maximum of 18 minutes an hour. Are you following this? So in other words, if he had 42 minutes to speak previously, what they do is they compress it all down, and maybe they get him to talk a little bit faster too. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, like a lot faster. Heinrich Himmler was a good guy, never stole a freight train. A little bit faster. I didn't know WABC was using it on Rush, but I just found out that the WABC engineers knew about it, said Kit Carson, Limbaugh's longtime aide. Attempts to reach Limbaugh, whose show is headquartered at WABC, were unsuccessful by press time.
Oh, there's another spot.
Yeah, that's right. I just had to reach back to the fax machine. We can compress that 2 seconds of that air. Get another spot in there. For years, radio, and this is unbelievable is what this is.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this is perfect for QAM. Here you go. Maybe we can afford to buy a phone system that works if they put this in now. You think you got a lot of spots now? Just wait. Of course, if they get Geldy to talk any faster, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Be like Rimmer Jr. For years, radio and TV stations have been able to massage pre-tape programs to, where the hell's the second page? Where's the next page? Oh, here, to speed them up in order to cram in more commercials. Have you ever heard of that? I never heard of that. I must be very naive. You know what I'm talking about? I must be very naive. I never heard of this before.
Do that.
Time for another, what?
All the time over at IOD, especially with Rush, as a matter of fact, to make it time out, like to hit the news on time, we do the very pitch thing and change the speed all the time to fit a spot in, for example.
At IOD? When the hell did we have Rush?
Oh, in the ancient days. For a little while. When I was a part-timer there, we had to run Rush on tape. We diddle with it all the time.
Oh, you mean like late at night they ran it or something?
Yeah, in the evening or whenever the hell it was, weekends.
But radio's new CashBox slightly delays the beginning of actual live programs so that more ads can be inserted beforehand. CashBox then spends the rest of the hour or segment using on-the-fly digital compression, so the show will still end on time and make room for the next program or newscast. In other words, don't take a breath. For example, if CashBox were used on Paul Harvey's signature sign-off, Paul Harvey, good day, it could become Paul Harvey, good day, turning the veteran ABC radio commentator into a Crocodile Dundee sound-alike. Good day. Pitch, however, isn't affected, meaning Harvey would not sound like Alvin the Chipmunk. The device already is widespread and being used by companies like CBS Infinity, Clear Channel, and ABC.
Oh, my God.
Said Craig Kitchen, president and CEO of Premier, the network that syndicates Limbaugh, Dr. Laura Schlesinger, and others. This is year 2000 technology, and I'm for it if it doesn't hurt the image of the host, said Kitchen, one of the few radio execs who would publicly comment on CashBox. I'm for any form of non-traditional sponsorship revenue, he says. In other words, when in doubt, squeeze more money out of each hour, of each segment. Though talk show hosts nervous about their ratings will likely argue for commercial limits when they negotiate their next contracts, they're getting no support from at least one giant network today. Kitchen's Premier Network is owned by the 830-station megagroup Queer Channel, which has started using CashBox at some of its stations to accelerate its own network's programs. We began testing the units a few weeks ago, specifically inside Laura Ann Rush, said WABC program director Phil Boyce. We got the idea from a few stations, Clear Channel, that were using it. How do you like that? As owner Disney scrambles for bucks to get its sagging stock back up, WABC is already running up to 20 minutes of commercials and promos each hour, the most of any New York station, but not by far. With the amount of commercial inventory in radio now, why would you want to do more, asks Rich Wood, who syndicates Bob Grant, Dr. Joy Brown, and others for WOR, which doesn't plan to use CashBox. It's rating suicide, he said. You're getting so much clutter, there's an overall feeling in the industry that audience drop-offs in some formats may be because of commercial loads. Yeah, couldn't be here, could it? Squirt, squirt. Wow. Commercial loads. So there you go, another way for the money grab. See, like I've told you before, and I'm the first one, the pioneer, I told you many, many years ago, we're not here to entertain you, to amuse you, to frustrate you, to aggravate you. We're just here to get as many spots on as we can. We don't care, really, and especially here, they don't care if I say it. That's why the phone, it really isn't relevant, because they don't care if I play music or not, as long as we get the spots in, and as long as they can keep sucking these people, just like that bogus golf tournament. 110 grand, and was there one spot, was there one commercial in return for that?
No.
No. All these people were promised were mentions on these fantasy promos, most of which never ran because Sam never got them done. There's 110 grand. That's like more than $1/10,000,000 right there. And was there one spot run?
No.
No. They had a sales seminar yesterday. They had some big shot come in, some pep talk guy that comes in who can't get a job anywhere else, Ira somebody, telling them how they can, squeeze more spots in, about they can do another $1 million. If we can just get another 50,000 spots on this month, they can do another $1 million. And if Rogers would just talk a lot faster, because we know he can do it. Yeah. So I'm going to start talking. In fact, I got the great idea right here. Oh, seriously, I got the way to do it. Just get this on the right pitch. One moment.
This.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I love it. What a feeling of euphoria that is, man. And, of course, for me, it's a benefit because I can do, like, instead of 4 hours, let's see, 16 is 44, 88, 176 minutes. I can cut it down to, like, half. So instead of having to worry about getting 10 or 15 calls a day, now we can do 5 or 6. Here's Boynton Beach. Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Corporate greed kills this country.
Isn't this unbelievable?
If you've got good hearing, you can tell when they take let's say a 45 RPM record or
and
whatever,
and
they speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the way that goes. With satellite.
Yeah, but that's not why they were doing that, though. They thought that it made it sound better. They weren't doing that for commercials.
Oh, no?
No.
Maybe I'm naive, but it's...
Who's being naive now, okay?
Well, when you read a spot, I never turn it off because you make the spots entertaining. But don't confuse them with that. With a satellite receiver, can it be in a patio where there's a screen in front of it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Now I'm good. What if there's trees in the way?
Then you got a problem. But
Yeah, right.
the small dish really isn't affected by trees because really It's hard to explain, but it like goes straight up in the ear to seek out the signal as opposed to the big dish, which you have to point. This is already like pointed in one spot, which is like straight up in the ear.
Oh, that's good then, because Southwest I'm okay.
There you go. You're all set.
50
You're in, man. I do it today. I go out there and get that thing today. I was seeing in the paper this morning, BrandsMart, $98. Installation is free. I mean, they're practically paying you money to get it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, forgetting even channel 4, 7, and 10, the whole idea is better reception is the key word. Everybody's going crazy. Can I get the local junk or not? The game is to get a clear picture and not having.
Yeah, but now that you can also get the local channels and you don't need the cable as an adjunct to it, this is a great opportunity to kiss them goodbye. That's the point I'm trying to make, and nobody seems to get it.
I get it. I can't wait to get it.
Well, go out and get it.
Last but not least. Did you ever hear of I just bought a brand new place. The plumber, it's a long story why I had to lose a day's pay. They came over yesterday. They told me these water-saving toilets. This brand is not a very good brand. I should have upgraded to a more expensive toilet. I kind of have to live with it or I have to buy a more expensive toilet. I never heard of when you buy a house you have to upgrade the toilet or you have to triple and quadruple flush. Sounds like a lot of crap to me, huh?
Okay, get off your
Take care.
Okay, get out of here. Flushing toilets, okay? They do have those toilets where they're like the ones we got here, although they don't run over, supposedly. Where they don't have to go fill up every time. But it's like, I wouldn't want one of those in my house. Would you want one of those?
No.
Those are like industrial strength. It's like going into a restaurant, public restroom and, doing a dump in there. Anybody really want to sit on one of those?
No.
God, not me. I like the old-fashioned toilet, especially because it gives my mother a chance every time she's in my house to go in there and replace the ball and cock and whatever that other stuff is. Isn't that what they call it, a ball and a something? 26 after 10 at 560 WQAM. 1 moment, please. 2 moments, please.
Hurricanes basketball. The Canes travel to Memphis to take on the Tigers Saturday. Join Joe Sakaki live for the play-by-play.
No.
This game will air on 1580 AM WSRF. Pre-game starts at 2:30. A service of Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Today's show is brought to you by the makers of Norman Bates Cutlery. She's a slut, Norman. Kill her, kill her. And now, back to our program. Coming, Mother.
Excuse me.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, yeah. I just bought these, and I like to have them gift wrapped. Do you have Christmas wrapping?
Sure. 2 aisles over near the Christmas tree.
Two aisles. Oh, thank you very much. Pardon me, is this Christmas wrapping?
That's right, fool. Check it out. Happy holiday, y'all. We hope it's merry, because you're going to be broke come January.
On second thought, I think I'll do my own Christmas wrapping.
Go ahead then, chump, and wrap your own. It ain't so easy when you do it at home, because we got the rag, we got the ribbon, and you know we love money more than robbing giving. We got the rag.
Thank you.
We got the rap.
1032 at 560 WQAM. 5670560. Come on, let's do this line check. I want to make sure all these lines are working, otherwise we can get the music going. No, because I can't eat today because I got to go get my blood drawn at 3 o'clock. And by the way, Gary, let's get it done right this time, okay, Gary? Over there at Dr. Bob's office, which I'm giving him one more chance, especially since I already paid for some of this blood work, which I never got the result from. Come on, Gary, let's get with it. And stop with those 95-year-old yenties you got sitting out there in the waiting room, okay? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Boston. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I work up at RKO, and we use a cash machine.
Yeah.
We use it for Rush and Dr. Lord. It extends 2 minutes an hour.
2 minutes an hour.
Yep.
Isn't that pathetic?
So we put like 14 minutes of spots an hour.
Oh, in their case, in those two shows, though, it's a public service. The audience ought to be saying thank you letters.
Those shows are the worst shows on radio possible.
Right.
And now they've extended it with commercials, and it's really bad. It's horrible. And they won't tell their audience either. I think the cash machine is a joke.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But that's just my opinion.
That's radio, pal. That's the 21st century of radio.
How many spots an hour do you have?
400.
400?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got something near there. But it's rough. I can't stand it personally.
In fact, I'm gonna start pushing for about 35 minutes an hour. Then I don't have to do too much work here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play a few bits, play 35 minutes, and then what do you got to do? 10 minutes an hour?
Like 5-6 minutes of bits an hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, go for 10, 12.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, amen.
How did
brother.
Jerry Williams, by the way?
He's dead.
I know. Okay, we'll see. There's our guy at RKO.
Oh!
Yeah, they're tuning in here on the internet because they want to hear a real radio station, unlike theirs, which is pretty boring. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. 877-785-NEIL, 877-785-6345. You know something? I am talking faster now. You notice that? Yeah, I've done a subliminal number on myself. I'm talking so goddamn fast I can't even figure out what the hell I'm saying anymore. That's right. It's Motormouth here on the radio. We're talking real fast. Here's some more spots, by the way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's get some more goddamn spots on here. God. Bunch of grave-robbing lunatics, okay? I mean, how about, like, maybe raising the rate a little bit? Anybody ever heard that?
No.
Raise the rate just a little bit instead of insulting the audience, slapping them in the face, and then wondering why your time spent listening keeps dwindling and vanishing, while people keep yanking it and twisting it in the goddamn dial, too, nonstop. Here's Miami. Hello?
Yeah, Neil, there's no way that they could fit more spots on the worst team, I'll tell you that.
How about a Hank show?
Forget about it.
How about those 13-minute breaks? They could make those into 15-minute breaks now.
Okay, to clear up all the confusion that I heard yesterday about satellite systems, I've had a satellite system. I used to sell the large dishes and the small dishes. Of course, large dishes are dinosaurs now, and no one buys those anymore. I have the small 18-inch dish, and I got a real crack up about the fellow who called yesterday who couldn't figure out how to get the local channels for free by giving a fake address. But you seem to straighten him out on that.
Oh, listen, I mean, I'm not here on the air to be promoting people stealing cable boxes and people, lying. I mean, I understand that everybody and their brother does stuff like that, but I can't come here on the air and talk about people using illegal cards, and I can't do that. What's wrong with these people?
Well, exactly.
Like an asshole that calls me from Lantana yesterday, says the best thing about cable is you can steal it. Like you can't steal satellite signals? What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, it's not difficult to...
But I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, I just need to tell you that the reception on the New York and...
You're going to have to learn to speak faster, sir. I mean, your call is fine, but you got to speak faster because we're not going to be able to get all the spots
Los Angeles
That's a little
channels on ABC, CBS, and NBC are extremely clear.
Yeah.
Really phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
$5 pay-per-view movies, all free, and every adult channel free.
Right.
NFL ticket, hockey, baseball, basketball.
Okay, give George the number for the illegal card. Thanks. Bunch of shysters. That's the problem with the satellite business is they finally, thank God, got it out of the hands of the satellite dealers like this guy, all the shysters out there, and they put it in BrandsMart and Appliance TV Depot and Best Buy and Circuit City, and you can go to, like I said yesterday, any dime store practically and buy a goddamn satellite dish and get some schmuck to come and install it, or maybe call Mohammed, he'll do it. Yeah. Instead of having all these goddamn satellite dealers. This used to be, and of course with the big dish, I mean, this is one of the most disreputable businesses in the history of mankind. I bet you there weren't 1% of the people in America who had the big dish, this is going back some years, who were getting their programming legally. I wonder how many of those, the programming services like Super or whatever the hell it is and Turner, how do they ever stay in business? Because 99% of the people were stealing the signals, all this stuff. Here's Miami Springs. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing? I'll try and speak really fast.
There you go. You're doing good. I like that.
All right.
We're only going to be talking to people with high voices, high-pitched, whiny voices like Geldy from now on, because otherwise you talk too slow like that last guy.
You can get another 30 seconds in front of the spot.
That last guy was terminal.
Question about hockey.
Yeah.
I don't want to change the subject on you.
But a short call, yeah.
Did you hear about this crap that's going up in Atlanta about this game on Friday? The GM Tim Waddle, or whatever his name is.
Sir, let me say it again. Contrived controversy.
Exactly.
The Atlanta Thrashers, they needed to have another hockey team in Atlanta like I need to have more hemorrhoids from Greg Reed, okay? They didn't need this, and they're trying to goose it up. And this Panthers schedule, I got to be honest with you, how much did they pay off somebody to get a schedule like this? This will be the 85th time they've played Atlanta already this season, which, of course, they've won all the games. And they just got through playing them here the other day, and now they're playing up there again this Friday. What kind of a schedule is this? They keep playing girls' teams all the time.
It's going to get worse when we're only playing the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
No.
I agree.
And
I agree. It's totally contrived. Remember when Phil Esposito...
Gotta go. And by the way, the Leafs traded Todd Warner 2 days ago to Tampa Bay for a draft, third-round draft pick, but that wasn't in the papers here. I just mentioned that in passing. I know nobody cares except my 4 or 5 Leaf fans. I just mentioned that because it didn't even make the papers here. That's the great kind of hockey coverage you get here. None. Zero. Zippity-doo-dah. But thank God that at least they know their football at the newspapers here.
Speaking of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
Yeah, there you go. They're even stealing my material from the agencies now in town. That's a Sun Sentinel spot. And they're stealing my material.
Speaking of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
Yeah, I got your Yentl right over here, sweetheart. How do you like that? That right there is the definitive spot for this market. That tells you everything you need to know about the level of professionalism in this market. It just got Bush League smeared all over it. You can smell it. And if you get too close to it, it'll be on your shoes. Oh, by the way, I better hurry it up. 21 before 11 at 560 WQAM.
Jim Mandich talks sports. Weekends right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Get the Hoover out the moon, man.
The critics agree. This collection of holiday songs may very well be the most moving and memorable of all time.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Yes, Candlewax Music presents Elmer Fudd's Christmas Classics, and this 24-record set is truly incredible.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, oh, what fun you'll have hearing these timeless classics performed by America's most beloved hunter of wabbits.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it was.
Elmer Fudd's Christmas Classics, not available in stores, and when you receive your set in the mail, you'll know why.
Hello, everybody. I sure hope you like my Christmas classics.
So call toll-free 1-800-FUD. Operators are standing by.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Did he say wabbits? 1045 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, wait till you hear this. This CashBox device, which speeds up, gets more, squeezes more of it in there and spots too. CashBox maker Prime Image Inc. is also rolling out a time machine for live television, which is technically more modest with its time grab, about 90 seconds per hour for extra spots. If the device finds widespread acceptance in TV, as it no doubt will in radio, you can go to the bank on that, the TV networks will be able to shoehorn more top-dollar commercials into popular live broadcasts, like the Academy Awards, by shortening the speeches of presenters and acceptors and sticking in more goddamn spots. Now, one thing, if you do go out and get the small dish, or if you already have one like I've had for several years now, since they first came out, when you get the packages, like the NFL Sunday package is a great example of that. Here you've got, let's say at 1 o'clock, what are there, like 14 games a week, something like that? So at 1 o'clock there might be 10 games going on, maybe 4 o'clock games, 10 games at 1. And they're all there together. They're all like one channel after another on your small dish. And you're flipping from one to another to another. There are times when almost every single one of those games, keep in mind that every sporting event, there are invariables. You know what I'm saying? There are plays that are incomplete or guys that get injured. There are all kinds of different reasons for stoppages of play. But for some magical reason, you flip from one to another and they're in spots. They're like almost every game is in a spot at the same time. And in hockey games where they have cut down the commercial timeouts per period, but nevertheless in the NHL, I mean, they do have predetermined times during the course of each period when they're going to have a commercial TV timeout. Like when you're sitting in the arena, you see those little pink lights come on. But guess what? I mean, hockey games, the clock doesn't run continuously. There's stoppages of play, there's icing, there's offsides, there's fights, there's whistles, there's guys getting injured, all kinds of things. But nevertheless, you go to your hockey package, maybe there's like 4 games on at the same time. You're flipping. I guess what? They're all in commercial at the same time. It's getting to the point now where there is no more programming. There are only commercials. I can't tell you the number of times on a Sunday I'm sitting there hoping to find a good NFL game, and if I do find one that's entertaining, I'll flip on there, and they're scratching each other's ass, and they're standing around, and I'm screaming, run a play, let's see some action already, let's see something. And they run a play, and all of a sudden the referee gives you this with the arms both out, oh, TV timeout again, and we go to some more spots. Just what you grave robbers needed. And this, by the way, is another and since Queer Channel, you'll notice, are the ones who started this, this is another byproduct of what the government has done. The same government that's all pissed off about Bill Gates and Microsoft, what they've done with the broadcasting industry by letting a few crazy people gobble up every radio and TV station in America. Because now you won't have any choices. You get pissed off because there are too many spots, well, you'll turn to another channel that's going to be owned by the same people anyway and have to suffer through their spots. The American public is drowning in a sea of spots. That's what broadcasting's all about. That's what you grave robbers up there in Washington have done at the FCC. You're a bunch of lunatics. We can't say tits on the air because then we're going to get fined and everybody have a nervous breakdown. But if we can run 75 minutes an hour in a 60-minute period of time, there'll be the technology soon to be able to do that. In other words, here we're taking the same amount of programming. Are you following this? He's got 42 minutes out of the 60 minutes like Rush. Program content. And he's still going to have the same 42 minutes, but it's going to get squeezed down to 40 minutes so they can run 20 minutes instead of 18 for commercial. You following that? And a big fat tub of lard like him, how is he going to keep talking without taking a guy to breath like that? Another emphysemic breath. A big tub of crap like him. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello. Mobile in Pompano.
Hey, Neil, if everybody talk like this, you can get out of there by 2. Like us.
Yeah.
What they really need to do is take this CashBox and go ahead and put it on the Marlins game, and we only have to listen to half of the Marlins game.
That is an excellent idea, sir. Of course, this thing with the Marlins game, you don't have to speed it up for spots because we can't sell any. But at least they can speed up the play-by-play.
And then you got to be careful they don't take your bonus checks and put it in the CashBox and reduce them too.
I think that's where George's is right now.
Okay. You have a good day, Neil.
And back to you, sir. God bless you. Pray for us, folks. Pray for us because we're in the hands of grave robbers here. All they want to do is run spots. And on this radio station, for them to have the chutzpah to bring in some jackass consultant, Irish Mendrick, whatever his name was yesterday, to have a seminar with the sales department to tell them how they can squeeze more spots on here, I got news for it. If they try to squeeze one more spot on this radio station, I think that'll put the audience right over the edge. It won't send them to any other place on the dial. It'll send them to CDs, cassettes, Parcheesi, Mahjong, shuffleboard, any other pastime besides sticking their radio on. So, and I'm sure that they'll have one of these deals in here in no time at all if somebody else pays for it. If we have to pay for it, will we get it?
No.
No. Maybe that's the best thing because obviously it's some kind of a technical apparatus, some kind of a piece of equipment. And that being said, no chance. Because even if we did go out and get it, we don't have anybody in engineering who know how to hook it up anyway. Take that to the bank. Take that and stick it up your ass. Oh, George Corso, he's on vacation this week, but Julio's running around with some scotch tape and crazy glue. You know that big fat Julio? 567-0560, pound 560. Here's a call from Nassau. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'd like to speak with Neil Rogers, please.
Speaking.
Hi, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, sir.
Yeah,
I'm from Nassau, and I just want to let you know we love your show here.
Do you?
Yeah, you're the best, man.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Well,
You got a lot of people listening in Nassau?
as much as the population is.
Right. So, in other words, everybody in Nassau listens to this show.
We got about 300,000 people. We got about 290,000 that are listening.
Excellent. God bless Nassau, sir. I'm going to pray for all you Bahamians.
Well, don't pray with the Catholics.
Okay.
We're not Catholics.
We're just going to send a dead cat instead. How's that?
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
All right.
Okay. And happy, whatever it is, happy Goyish holidays. A lot of goyim over there in the Bahamas, aren't there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Fine, like Merv Griffin. 567-0560, Donald Trump. Pound 560 on the AT&T line. And, of course, the world, which we're doing pretty good this hour, actually, on that line. What do we have? We had Boston, our friend up there, WRKO, who's trying to find out what a real radio show sounds like. And, by the way, our best regards to Jerry Williams, even though he is dead. Well, they just haven't told him yet. Just like they haven't told him that Walter Sabo is the one that stabbed him in the back. 877-785-NEIL. That's our toll-free number for the entire universe, baby, or at least for anybody who can get through on it. 877-785-6345. Might actually have a little bit of activity here today. I'm not really sure why. Of course, it helps when the phone works. You know what I'm saying? It helps when the phone works. When I think of the number of days since I've been working for this bogus horse crap company that I've sat here screaming and yelling and carrying on and just chewing the audience a big fat bloody ass, and then coming to find out that we had 8 million people trying to call in, but the phone system's all screwed up. It makes me feel pretty good because it killed some good time. No, it's depressing. It's grotesque and takes years off my life. Sounds like lawsuit to me. Oh, Greg, it's a lawsuit. Yeah, like that day. And you know that he was the instigator, him and the one that's no longer in the other room there. And by the way, how about the one that is in the room in there? Is he going to come back anytime soon? George has got an appearance coming up yesterday. Yeah, George has got a public appearance coming up yesterday and still doesn't know where we're supposed to be. So if you want to go see him, it was yesterday. But we might postpone it until Saturday at PrimeCo, but we don't know when and where and what time and who's going to be there and what's it all about, Alfie, et cetera, and so on. Now, is this another Gary Sarner deal? Because I'll tell you one thing about him.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. Calls me again yesterday. He's got the chutzpah after he gets out of this 85-hour seminar of theirs with this Ira I can't get a job Schmendrick guy. And he calls me at home again about the account, which I will not do under any circumstances. I don't care if they're going to spend $100 billion on this radio station. The answer is still no, unless I get $1 billion of it. How do you like that? See, that's the problem with these people. They don't understand. My credibility is important to me. I'll sell out like anybody else, but they never offered me enough to sell out. That's the problem. Offered me, like $600,000-700,000, Gary, and then I'll say, sure, no problem. I'll come on here and do ads for horse crap. I don't care. But at least pay me enough to make it worth my while to sell out. You idiots. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Happy Hanukkah.
And back to you. Happy silly holidays.
One thing about this, you ever notice on TV when you watch a movie, they've compressed the movies on television?
They have?
Yeah, maybe you'll see it more when you're watching TNT or so, but
I don't watch that. That's against my religion.
Say time compressed.
TNT is for Goyim.
Well, it's going to be interesting when Reagan dies if Rush Limbaugh wants to give him 1 minute of silence.
Uh-huh. But they can do it in 25 seconds now.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, that's it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sorry, I forgot what else I was going to say.
That's okay.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
And happy Sukkot. 567, we got 20 or 30,000 open lines here right now, and I want these lines smoking today, baby. I want to see some tangible evidence, or I'm playing a lot of music today. Because I'm sick and tired of fighting the goddamn management. I'm fighting the audience. I want to see some activity going on here. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're faking it, which most of you probably are, they're faking it. And by the way, we love you people over there in the Bahamas, even though you're a bunch of grave robbers and you treat the Americans like crap. We love you anyway, okay? More power to you. You poor bastards over there living in poverty and squalor. No wonder they have to rip off the American tourists. No wonder the cab drivers have to charge you $150 to go 10 blocks, and they keep taking you around in little circles. That's right. I don't blame them. And by the way, do we have any cab drivers who speak English? All depending on what. Now, in this town, the cab drivers are all either old Cubans or most of them are like Haitians, aren't they? Most of the cab drivers are Haitians. I'm not getting in no cab with no Haitian, unless his baseballs are sewn real tight. And, of course, in Toronto, they're like all laundry heads. They're Pakistanis. And I think in Boston, too. I think all the times we've taken a cab up there, it's all turban heads.
Chicago.
Turban heads?
Yeah.
Well, what is that all about?
It's their niche.
Why is it that all the turban heads have got the cabs in the convenience stores? What is that all about? Huh? Let's find out today, okay? Let's find out if we have anybody who runs a convenience store who isn't a turban head. Now, the guy around the corner up here runs that little convenience store. They're not turban heads. They're very nice people. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're like undetermined origin. 10:56 at 560 W. Come on, speed it up, speed it up.
The sports leader. Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Oh! WQAM. Miami. Fort Lauderdale.
All right, this one goes out to Jeffrey Dahmer. Sorry you couldn't be here. Very proud of you. Jack nuts roasting on an open fire. Now I'm nibbling on his nose. Thank you very much. My anticipation makes me start to perspire. Now his liver pate's on my toast. Everybody knows his pinky and his little toe are just fine when eating light. Sauteed flesh and 2 eyes in a bowl will be part of my snack tonight. Some people say that I am sick because I've eaten human eyeballs on a stick. And at one sitting I am gonna try to down a torso, a leg, and a thigh. And so I'm taking out my power saw to dice some heads for human stew. But there's one thing I know I'll never make reservations for two. Give it up for Gacy on saxophone.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Exactly. 11:03 at 560 WQAM. We got Hank in the building today. How do you like that? He can take a look at that disgusting floor out there, roll his pant legs up to his knees and waddle through it. We got the Bookster 6 to 10, and then we got Ed Kaplan 10. Just kind of like the regular unencumbered schedule out there. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. You see, the thing about this CashBox thing, it's another slap in the face because what the people in this business are basically saying, especially Queer Channel and the ABC people, they're saying to you is, you're dumber than you even knew you were. As if people aren't going to notice that they're running 20 minutes instead of 18 minutes an hour. They're not going to notice that. That are already like peeing in their pants from the long commercial breaks. They're not going to notice that there's another 2 minutes an hour. Because they've condensed all the other crap? What's going to happen when they condense the other 42 minutes instead of down to 40 minutes, down to 30 minutes? And it's like 30-30. You've heard of 20-20 at ABC. We're going to have 30-30. 30 minutes of program content, 30 minutes of spots. Here's a mobile in Jupiter. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes. Speak to me. Okay. Have a great day. Don't have time to play games, okay? I don't think he's in Jupiter. I think he's on Uranus. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 877-785-NEIL. That's toll free for wherever the hell you are. 877-785-6345. Mobile in South Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you today, Neil?
Okay.
How long you been on the radio?
Long enough.
Long enough?
Yeah.
I've been listening on and off for a couple of years down here. Sometimes you got some interesting programming. I was just wondering about you. How long have you been in the business?
Sometimes what?
How long have you been in the business?
Why, you writing a book?
Well, I'm just interested in knowing a little bit about who I'm listening to.
Why is that? What difference does it make? Do you like the show?
I enjoy the show.
Well, then mind your own business. 5670560, pound 560 on the. How long you been in the business? Where'd you start? Was it at WCGR in Canandaigua, New York, 100 years ago, and it ain't even on the air anymore? Tell us about Albion, Michigan, WALM. Anybody want to hear about Albion, Michigan?
No.
How about WBTA in Batavia, New York? Do you want to hear about that?
No.
No. Just sit back and enjoy it, pal, okay? Just sit back and relax and don't ask too many goddamn questions. Curiosity killed the scat. Just keep that in mind. Bop, 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 bop. Now, what the hell was that you just had on there? What was that on line 9? Is that a call in Fort Myers or my eyes deceiving me? Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good
morning,
evening.
whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
You are correct, and when you were saying flipping from one channel to another and always having the commercials on, I have flipped from channel to channel, and I've got as many as
I
3.
flipped it till it's ready to fall off, man, and I'm just getting tired of it.
Well, I'm making a game of it because I got one time 3 commercials. They were all the same commercial. So now I'm making a game of it to see what average I can get, maybe up to 5 or 6.
Oh, that happens all the time on the NFL Sunday package because I guess the agencies, they buy like the different slots in the game, so they buy the first commercial break in each of the games. And so sometimes you'll be flip 4 different games, and they're like in various stages of the same spot.
Yeah, and it's bad enough we're getting poor programming because of the interruption, all these commercials. Now we're getting bad commercials over and over and over again, all at the same time.
That's all we got is commercials. There is no entertainment anymore, just spots.
Well, my solution
I'm going to tell
it,
you something. I'd rather watch infomercials. I'd rather watch George Foreman and the Lean Mean Grilling Machine, or I'd rather watch Ron Popeil just for a few bad laughs. At least there's a little entertainment there.
Well, exactly. And, of course, my solution will be those Best of Neil tapes when it gets so bad.
Yeah.
I will say the funniest thing.
Nobody listened to that. Thursday and Friday, I asked yesterday for one person to call in. We had tapes for 4 hours. Not one person called the show yesterday to tell me what was on those tapes.
Well, could I call today and say I listened to them and I loved them?
Really?
Yeah, and we have all your Neil God Best of tapes that we buy from for the charity.
Right, from Specs.
And the funniest thing I did see was on one of the shopping channels the other night, the guy making the mousse that pops the M&Ms out its other end. He couldn't get it to work. 5 minutes, it was the laugh of the evening.
The mousse pops the M&Ms out its
rectum. Right. And it just it couldn't work.
Couldn't
and the guy,
squeeze it out.
rectum.
Probably the moose lives in Tamarack.
He would put his finger up there, it wouldn't work.
It lives in Sunrise.
Rectum. Thank you, Neil.
Okay, pal, have a great day. Oh, woo! Maybe he's just a member of the moose. 5670560. I wonder if that's why they call it chocolate mousse. And pound 560 on the AT&T line. That out-of-town line, getting a little bit of action there today. How do you...
Oh!
Yeah, not too exciting. 877-785-NEIL. 877-60. What is? I don't know what that number is. If I don't know what the number is, how do they know what the hell it is? You know what I'm saying? It's not a good number. First of all, 877 has got to be the worst toll-free. I mean, 800 we know, 888. But 877, what kind of crap is that? 785-6345. And, of course, if I say 785-NEIL, they're going to, with a K on the front or with an A. They don't know what the hell that is. Even I'm not so sure how to, spell it since I made it up. Christ. This goddamn radio station, man, you people are the biggest bunch of grave robbers I've ever seen in my life. Can't do anything right. They just don't know. It's not that they don't want to do it. They're just too stupid and too cheap to do it right. Call Greg in here. He'll fix the problem. He'll take a look at the phone. My favorite is when he comes in here and the phone is all screwed up, which could be almost any day, and he'll look at the instrument, he'll give it that puzzle look, like that. Like if he stares at it long enough, he'll put a spell on it. And all of a sudden it'll fix itself. It'll go into spontaneous remission from whatever its illness is, and it'll fix itself and start working like a charm. Gives it that evil eye. Or is that just how he looks? Yeah. Kind of like a retard. 9 minutes, my apologies to the retards. 9 minutes after 11 at 560 QAM.
Kim Bocamper talks sports. Weekends right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Holy Mackinac! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Well, he's a millionaire who's running for the president. He likes to party, but then I can afford. All you gotta do to watch him dance like Fred Astaire is ask him if he ever do the floor. He's a cold-king cowboy, George W. Bush won't live in that. He's a cold-king cowboy. Watch GWB dance, 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 dance. He says it's none of ours, this is what he used to do. So stop confusing him with the truth. He's got to be a sanctimonious Republican more and move on with his rhetorical views. He's using special interest, puppet up the Christian right. So there's only certain things he can say. Cause it's the same old rich guy with the same old life. And too much push is not a good thing anyway. He's a cold-king cowboy. George W. Bush won't admit that. He's a cold-king cowboy. Watch GWB tap, 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 tap.
It's 11:15 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, the latest publicity stunt by Ellis Rubin, the Sly Stallone business, is, you know, when are you people in the media here in town going to catch on, okay, in about 20, 30 years maybe?
Uh-huh.
All these people that used to work for Sly Stallone, all these people that were so put upon because he had his 10 commandments, and they had to do this, and they had to do that, and if they took a dump, it couldn't smell too bad, and et cetera and so on. But you know what? If somebody hires you to do a job and they lay down all of these commands, you know what you say? You give them the bafangula and you go find some other job. Or you go break into a 7-Eleven or something like that. Who held a gun to their head and forced them to take these jobs in the first place? And now they're suing them? They're suing him? And now he's suing them back for defamation of character. And here's Ellis Rubin sitting on there going, shaking his head and taking off those glasses and going, Unbelievable. Just over and over again. Quit stealing my material, Ellis, by the way, and we're really getting old and stale, okay? Desperate. Desperate. And speaking of desperate, somebody wasted all our fax paper with his dreck. Florida International University to host international conference on Torah and science, absolute standards in a world of relativity.
Boy!
Yeah, and he's faxing me the bio of every one of these getchkis, all these silly people. What kind of dreck is this, okay? God! How many trees did they have to chop down to make the paper so this crazy lunatic could send us his crap? I was going to say crazy Jew, but I'm not even so sure. Maybe, who knows what this is? Oh, yeah, Rabbi Professor Moshe Tendler. Like I said, crazy Jew. Stop wasting our fax paper, you Jew, you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, and 877-785-6345. Toll free for America, baby. 877-785-6345. What do you say about that Pete Rose, huh? And by the way, you can get on the internet today. That website is sportcut.com. You notice he's wearing a hat. I wonder how much he's getting paid for that. What kind of a cut he's getting out of that? What is that all about? Or they're doing the thing, the poll on the internet. Should we let Pete back into baseball? Should we loan him $50 million? Is he still a compulsive gambler, et cetera, and so on? I mean, why? I don't even like the guy. I say, get it over with already. Let him back in. And he's on there whining and crying about how being out of baseball for 10 years has cost him so much money. If it's cost him so much money, by the way, how come he's always sitting at the track with a stacks of $100 bills sitting on the table losing his ass, is what I would like to know. But I still happen to agree with him. Let him back in and stop being a bunch of hard asses, okay? So we can get him out of our hair. Here's a mobile in West Palm. Hello.
Hey, my cable company is Drek.
Yeah.
You know, listen, Neil, I want to get rid of my cable.
I didn't know Todd had a cable company.
Who's that?
Go ahead.
I want to get rid of my cable, and I went in looking for a dish yesterday.
Well, what are you going to do with that? I don't understand. What does that mean? You're in Palm Beach. You're not in Dayton, Broward. You're not in the Miami market.
I'm driving. Now, right now, I'm in Pompano, Neil.
But where do you live?
I live in Coral Springs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I went in there yesterday, but there's no way of getting rid of my cable.
Why not?
Even with it, well, if I hook up one dish to my TV set, what do I do with my other TV sets? If I hook up the dish to all my TVs, the guy tells me it's going to be between $250 to $300. I have 5 other TV sets.
Oh, you have 5 other TV sets. Well, forget it. You're out of luck. You're screwed. See, I can't relate. I know I'm an old-fashioned guy. I'm one of those people, like I said yesterday, I got one big 53-inch Hitachi TV sitting right there in my living room. I love it. It's beautiful. The picture is spectacular. That's it. I got 2 other sets that never get turned on in the whole house. I could throw them in the bottom of the pool for all I care about. They're 2 little crappy sets. I don't use them. Why do you have to have 5 TV sets? So those people who have got multiple sets, you got multiple problems. That's all I can tell you. Everybody and their brother is calling this show the last 2 days with stories about why it's not going to do them any good. You know what? Tough. I was talking yesterday, and I'm saying it again right now, for those people who can benefit from this. How do you like that? Since there's nothing in your goddamn newspapers about it, since I'm the only one who figures it's a story, and since the sports nerds who work on this radio station don't figure it's enough of a story because they don't want you guys to be able to watch all the games, because then you'll know a hell of a lot more than they do, which isn't much. Like our morning show, do they talk about the actual games? No, they spent half the day the last 2 days talking about Rimmer. Oh, we ran over Rimmer. We put him under the bus. What does that mean, okay? That goddamn pud-whacking Robert Grieper who works the overnight shift here, and you come in 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning, and he's still hanging around with the morning guys because he wants to sniff Joe Rose's butt crack. I mean, come on, Robert, get a life. And by the way, I have it on very good authority that we're not so sure that Robert is really Jewish. because he's not circumcised. Not that he has foreskin, he just doesn't have a penis. So you can't really tell if he's Jewish or not. Get with it, Robert. Go home and get some sleep. Clear your brains out, okay, sweetheart? Get a life. Stop being such a gropey. Little piece of turd. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Yeah, exactly. That's him. Yeah. Little lemming, little underling. Where did we find this group, man? Josh Friedman. Whoa, man, oh, man. Here's Surfside. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
40 years in Surfside, 30 years a Dolphin fan. I go to the Dolphin game. You think it's bad watching it on TV? I paid $162 for me and my grandsons there. We sit down.
So then what are you going for?
Because you're talking about how boring it is.
Yeah.
There were
So then
TV
what are you spending?
timeouts.
So what are you spending $162 if it's so boring?
Well, you know what? I'm sick to I've been a loyal fan the whole time for these damn Dolphins, and then we go buy a Coca-Cola. It's $5.
Well, let me ask you this. Then why don't you stay home and watch it for free on television?
I will never go to a Dolphins.
Okay, thank you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We got 1,600 open lines here. We only got 3 hours and 27 minutes to kill, but who's counting? Got off to kind of a good start there this morning, but once again, they're back in, they're in neutral again. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, have you been privileged to sit through this emissions testing line, get your car checked?
I never had any line. I never waited for more than 2 or 3 people.
You haven't? I've been here for 30 minutes, and it's hilarious. I'm watching these poor guys sit here. They're
sticking the thing up there.
Rectum.
Yeah.
And they're sitting here sucking all the gas up.
Mhm.
Hilarious. These guys are going to be suing us.
Just imagine how much pollution they're putting out in the air sitting there with their cars idling.
I know. Hey, want to talk? Here's Neil right here. Hey, say hi to Neil. Say hello to Neil Rogers. What's up?
How you
That's
doing,
him
sir?
right there. He's looking under my hood right now, getting ready to stick something up my tailpipe.
Oh, is
here.
you're in there with the inspector guy?
Yeah.
Does he know who I am?
You know who Neil Rogers is? No. You know who he is? He's the god. He's a radio show.
No,
He's on the radio right
wait
now.
a minute. Where's this guy from? Ask him where he's from.
Hey, where you from? He's from Miami, working up here in Davie.
And he doesn't know who Neil Rogers is?
That's what he said.
Probably a communist.
That makes sense because I've watched him for 30 minutes suck up exhaust fumes.
Yeah.
This guy he's got to be brain dead right now.
Yeah, but I thought that most of the people who suck know who Neil Rogers is. Good luck to you, pal.
Hey, can I call someone a douchebag?
Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT. What? He didn't say on the air. We don't do that on the air, but he was asking my permission from...
Neil, God!
I said, yeah, go ahead. We just don't want to be burdened by it because it's boring. How do you like that? There's a guy in Miami who probably would enjoy this show who's busy sticking his finger up
Rectum.
guys in the line there, checking their emissions, and he doesn't even know who the hell I am. That's another thing, by the way, Greg. Thanks for all the great promotion. Yeah. Thanks for the sandwich boards. Thanks for those great billboards. You lying sack of crap. God. Maybe when they raise all that money. Of course, we can't say how because it's the quiet period. Yeah. Maybe when they raise all that money, we're going to get some promotion.
No.
George will get his bonus.
No.
We'll get the goddamn project finished out there.
No.
No. Just the old man will get his money back. Here's Oakland Park. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
How was your vacation, buddy?
Excellent.
All right. I've been sitting here wondering, where did you get the term swasher?
I beg your pardon?
Swasher?
Where did I get it?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I never heard of it before. I looked in my dictionary, never found it.
You never found it? How are you spelling it?
The way you say it?
How, if you looked at... No. Just a minute. If you looked it up, how are you asking me how I'm saying it?
Well, I'm breaking down the syllables, and I'm trying to,
And how are you spelling it if you're looking it up?
Well, I'm spelling it S.
Yeah, that's good.
H.
Yeah.
P-H.
S-H-P-H.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And,
That's like schizophrenia. Schwarzer.
N-A-R-E.
N-A-R-E. N-I-G.
No.
Huh?
No N-I-G. S-H.
C-O-O.
No.
N-I-G.
Uh-huh.
G-E-R-I-A. P-O-R-C-H. N-O-N-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Thank you, sir. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line with a PH. Well, I guess he's an intellectual, He's an intellectual coon. Where'd you get that term, Schwarzer? It's a German word, sir, Schwarz. Don't mess around with the Germans. They'll make you an offer you can't refuse, okay? Even better than the Sicilians. They'll give you the old gas, so cut it out, pal. It's a German word, Schwarz. It means black. Black, Schwarz. As in Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? Which, what kind of a name is that anyway? See, this is another thing. If I go on here, anybody else says nigger, oh my God, it's the N-word. But here's the guy that's making a fortune. Arnold Schwarzenegger is what, yeah, that's his thing. Schwarzenegger. He's laughing at you. He's laughing at the whole world with that crap. Schwarzenegger, which of course is redundant to begin with, but he ain't too smart. Just smart enough to make millions of dollars with no talent. And married to that bitch with no chin.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah. Oh, it isn't? I thought it was a chin. She ought to be married to a Chinese guy. Maybe then she could find a chin. 26 after 11. And somebody give Maria the goddamn Chinese phone book. Or just send her over to Ty Tony's. He'll kick her ass out. He don't like that kind of white folks either. With no chin. Always be suspicious of people with no chin, you know. I don't want to make you paranoid, especially at this great holiday time of the year when we all love each other. Oh, and by the way, speaking of loving each other, the Schwarzer who wouldn't make the left turn on Ives Dairy Road this morning, you're a crazy person. He could have turned, made 18 wheelies in the middle of the road, come back and gone across again, and he's sitting there like looking, and we're all honking, and he's giving us the like that, and not driving a Vito Pol Jalopy, driving probably a pretty nice stolen car. Crazy bastard. Well, I tell you, I could do the whole 4 hours every day just ripping the people who I've encountered driving to work every morning. Assholes. Like the guy in the green van on 595. I'm getting into the turnpike there in the right end of the lane to go on the turnpike. He's moving out of the extreme right lane, which he don't belong in the first place, and he's cruising across, not paying any attention to me, and he's taking his good sweet time until I'm almost run out of room to get the hell over there.
Panther hockey, Dolphins football, Marlins baseball, and now the Miami Hurricanes too. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Holy cow, Aaron's coming.
Forming soon a newborn king. Would believe the heaven said, with their speech impediment, Christmas joy they're fairly bringing, carols through their noses singing, keep us true, he did us wrong, when he made them sing this song. What do you mean? Mark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
11:32 at 560 WQAM. Our Maskin, whoever you are, Mr. Maskin, stop. Genug with the faxes, okay? Enough. From the shoal at Bal Harbor. This third Miami International Conference of DREC, of Torah and Science. Page after page after page after page. It's a sin, don't you understand, you crazy old Jew? Stop faxing me this crap. The shoal of Bal Harbor, their fax number, by the way, I wish I had their phone number. So somebody get on a horn with this guy. Stop. You're killing me with this dreck. Biography, here's Joseph Zuskin, some lunatic that's going to come here, some Getchke that's going to come and hock a Chinik with some crazy mumbo, with some Jewish mumbo gumbo jumbo. I didn't even know Jews ate gumbo. The shoal of Bal Harbor, whose fax number is, here it is. There's a telephone number, 868-1411. That's a 305 because it's in Surfside, of course. You know what I mean?
Oi!
Somebody's got to call Mr. Maskin and tell him, stop faxing me this crap. We don't care, okay? You're wasting your time. You're wasting my fax paper. You're going to burn on a lake of fire if you don't stop. 868-1411. R. Maskin, M-A-S-K-I-N. Genug, stop. Page after page after page. Why would anybody in his right mind or even in his wrong mind fax this crap to me? Why would they think that I would care? Do I care?
No.
No. And as I'm speaking, the stuff is pouring on you. Look at this. Four goddamn pages. Look at this crap. Here's the whole schedule, the medical ethics morning session. Here's the mental illness section, which I think this guy ought to be attending right now. Stop. You crazy bastard, you. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil. How are you doing today?
Okay, sir.
I have the dish, and what I did, I know people have been complaining about, having to buy another receiver for another room.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if anybody's mentioned this, but they sell these little transmitters. I bought them. They're in Walmart. They're like $40.
Mm-hmm.
And it works basically like another receiver. You set it on top of the television, and you You can use your remote from any room. It works up to 300 feet. The only thing is you can't watch multiple channels. In other words, if you're whatever you watch in one room, you have to watch in the other room.
But you're missing the point. These are people who evidently have got a bunch of either teenagers or pain in the ass little kids or their mother-in-law jammed into a broom closet somewhere with a TV set, and they want to watch like a half a dozen different things at the same time, which is not practical for the dish.
Right.
Because you got to buy a separate receiver for each TV set there.
Yeah. Well, what I did, I got the big screen, so I moved the 27-inch into the bedroom, and I just bought those little transfers. They work great.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, if you want to watch multiple programming, you're screwed. So.
I would like to start out just with regular, pedestrian, old-fashioned people that have one primary TV set in the house that they watch 98% of the time like I do, and then worry about the other stuff later on, you know?
There you go.
Let them fend for themselves.
Have a good day, Neil.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay, 16,000 open lines here. This is it. This is D-Day, baby. 567-0560. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. And the out-of-town line, dead as a doornail, 877-785-NEIL. 877-785-6345. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Okay.
Just calling to give you a little information that I sort of just figured out. I was looking at your 877 number to make it a little easier for people to remember.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the 785 part, it's spelled S-U-C-K.
Yeah, we know.
Suck Neil.
Uh-huh.
And make it so much easier to remember.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Well, they don't know how to spell it, though.
Yeah, well.
They know how to do it. They just don't know how to spell it.
Well, here in Miami, you know, that's the way they spell it.
Okay.
Have a great day, Neil.
Thanks for the good news.
Later.
Oh, God. Okay, here's our last call. Here's North Miami. Hello. North Miami.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir. You're our last call of the day.
I'm sorry to hear that. Just point of information. I remember seeing an interview with Arnold a while back.
Schwarzenegger, yes.
Yes, and they asked him what was his literal translation of his last name.
Uh-huh.
It means black plowman. Go figure.
No, it doesn't.
That's what he said.
Well, that's what he said. What's he going to do? Come on here and say my last name is Black Nigger? That's what it is. Schwarzenegger. That's what it's a put on. It's a put down is what it is. He's putting them out.
I love it.
He's putting the black folks out.
They'll do it. They're doing it to themselves anyway.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
See ya. Schwarzenegger. That's what he's saying. And everybody's saying, oh, yeah, that sounds like a reasonable name. At least I make up a name, Neil Rogers, okay? That's inoffensive. That's easy enough. But Schwarzenegger? What the hell is that? That's like Old Kike Bastard or something like that. Yeah, my name is Eddie Old Kike Bastard. The hell is that? Here's a mobile in the Gables. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. My solution to the multiple receivers on the satellites was I went to the BrandsMart, and they happen to have a special where you buy the top of the line Sony, and they actually gave you a second receiver free, which actually, and their prices are so good, it was better than just buying a single receiver from a normal store.
Right, and 2 should be good enough. I mean, people that have got 3 and 5 and 15 TV sets, I can't be worried about them, okay? Screw them.
Exactly, that's what I said. Yeah, 2 was enough, and then I just ran one of the cables, doubled into my bedroom, gave three TVs with 2 receivers, so perfect.
Excellent. Nice job, sir.
Thank you.
There's a guy with no problems, okay? He likes it. He likes it. See, like I said, I don't know why I got into this thing yesterday. I thought I was doing such a great service for the audience. There's like 50 of us that got the small dish, and the rest of the people, they love their cable. Okay, great. I hope you have a great life with them, okay? The cable sucks, but if you love them, I hope you elope with them. Have a wonderful life. Here I'm trying to do something nice for people, especially at the holiday time of the year. We finally get a break. We catch a tremendous break. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, 22 till noon at QAM.
I want to bang you in the butt, honey.
Now, just in time for the holidays, the record author you've always feared. It's Christmas with Cowboy Dick.
Oh, there's no mistletoe down on death row. Just that warm, cheery glow of old Sparky.
Cowboy Dick's Christmas hit list includes countless songs you'd love to forget.
Looks like a straight jacket Christmas for me. When a credit card crazy, can't you see?
You'll barely tolerate these tunes from the hombre who's sold fewer records than the Cowsills, the DeFranco family, and Bobby Goldsboro. Christmas travesties like the Fuel Truck song.
Well, that's snow coming down. Made that fuel truck spin around.
There's music for the geeks.
There's nothing like a yellow snow cone when you're only 5 years old.
So take a little joy out of your holidays. Call now for Cowboy Dick's Christmas hit list.
Let Cowboy Dick put the X in your Xmas.
17 till noon at 560 WQAM. By the way, my watch died 2:45 this morning, and that was an omen. Look at that phone right now. Do we have a call on the board?
No.
No. That was an omen. I should have just rolled over and gone back. It was 6:15 in the morning, but my watch said 2:45. Now, ordinarily, that might not, shake the hell out of anybody, but it's a Seiko Kinetic titanium watch that's supposed to last for a lifetime. It's one of those that it puts the emotion in your, whatever that thing is. Yeah. And with the motion of your wrist, of your limp wrist, that's what keeps rewinding the watch, and it's supposed to last forever. I've had this for about 3 years or so. It's a great watch, probably the best watch I ever had. It died. I reset it, and right at the moment it's only about 2-3 minutes slow, and it kind of like skips along a couple of seconds here, a couple of seconds there. It's like sealed hermetically. You could stick this in a bathtub for 5 years, and it still would be as dry as a bone. And that should have been an omen to me, man, when a watch stopped that time has stood still here in this town. Here's our only call, and it's from Orlando, and it's on the wrong line, too. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
I love you, Neil.
Yeah.
I miss you. I get around Fort Myers.
I miss the days when people used to call this show, you know?
Really? It's that bad?
You're the only call I got. I've got 400 lines here, and they're all actually working today. And no, you're my only caller.
And the thing that's pathetic,
nobody gives a crap here anymore.
I drove from Tampa to Fort Myers so I could get one of your CDs when I was working over there.
How do you like that?
And I really enjoyed it. And it was about 2 weeks ago. I was in down there, and I heard something about these keychains.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any of those left?
Yeah, there's 8 million of them left.
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
Do I have to call Center One? Or?
Right. You have to call Center One, or you can order it off our website, neilrogers.com. If you have.
Oh, it's on the website?
Yeah, neilrogers.com.
I'll do that, sir.
God bless you.
I have two real quick requests.
Anything you want that'll kill some time, because it's obvious these people are through speaking to me. Yeah, no, seriously, this audience is through speaking to me. It's been getting worse and worse and worse, and like the last 5 or 6 weeks, it's like there's a message there, you know.
Well, I heard
they don't want to speak to me. To them, I'm going to show up every day. I'll take the checks. I need the money, okay? I'm just going to keep showing up whether they want to call or not.
Neil, I've been listening to you since I went to Miramar High School horticulture.
There are people been listening to me in this town since they were 5 years old, and they're over 100 now. And this is what they are, man. They're brutal. They're impossible.
I can't believe it. I mean, you're God. I mean, how could people be that disrespectful to God?
They have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. And then when they do have something to say, it's a pile of crap anyway. Like yesterday with all the misinformation and all the belly aching about, well, they can't get the East feed and the West feed. Feed this. That's what I say. Feed this.
All righty. Well, my request is big black guy named Ben.
Okay.
And maybe 2 joints.
Or maybe 3.
Okay.
Okay, pal.
Thanks, Neil. Have a good day.
God bless you, man.
You too.
There's a guy in Orlando. He misses me. He cares enough about me. These people in Dayton, Broward, you're the problem. You're the goddamn chigger in the woodpile. You're the Schwartz chigger in the woodpile. Is that his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Kind of a name is that, Schwarzenegger? Who the hell are you kidding, Arnold, huh? You moron. You goddamn steroid-ridden piece of turd. With that silly little bitchy wife that is so famous because she's one of the Kennedys. That's right, Maria Shriver Kennedy. That's what I say to you, Maria, okay? You silly little chinless bitch. I hear she plays a mean chin ball, though. That's what I hear. Come on, let's get every line on this board lit up here to make Neil feel a little bit better about life, you miserable, heartless bastards. God, it's getting worse and worse. I used to leave here every day at 2 o'clock. You know, who cares? You used to walk out the door, even working for these people, you'd walk out the door at 2 and you just say, I'll take the money, thank you, that's it. Now I walk out of here and I'm talking to myself. I noticed George the last 6 months, he sits in there, he talks to himself. No, seriously, there are times I think he's talking to somebody on the phone, and then I look and I realize that the people on the phone are all on hold, or there's nobody on the phone. He's talking to himself. Am I right?
What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly. He's sitting in there, he don't have time to hear what I'm saying. He's talking to himself. Because that's what this audience will make you do. How's line 7 doing, by the way? See, there's one that's not lit up, and it's working, too. I'm not moving an inch until that goddamn line rings, until somebody is on holding that line. That's how it's saying. Look at that. As soon as I mention that, somebody else drops off. That's my message to you, okay, whoever just dropped off on 2. I hope a goddamn Mack truck runs your ass right off the road in the next 30 seconds or less. 56705. See, this is what it's come to. Can't even get 9 stinging, even on a day when they work. I take back what I said before, okay? It really doesn't make any difference whether our phone lines work or not, because we don't have any callers anyway. The art of that's passé. It's old hat. They want somebody to come in here who's going to get up on the table, do an old soft chew like they do at the Macaroni Grill. They want some old Jew to come in here and do a goddamn soft chew on the table. That's right. Get up on the counter in my bare feet and do a goddamn old soft chew or hard chew. Hard Jew. God. That's what they want. Passive. That's the American effing way, baby. Passive. Entertain me. Put on an act for me. Make me tickle my belly. Make me laugh. Stick your finger in my
rectum.
Take my temperature, Stuff like that. And you know what I say?
No.
No. And look at that. Line 8 just dropped out. Just dropped out. As soon as I had all 9 lines lit up, just momentarily there. Line 8 dropped out. That's to you too, okay? I hope that your knishes wind up turning into toe jam. Yeah, I hope he winds up with goddamn Coke bottle stuff in his pizza. Like I did yesterday. Oh, sorry, Brad. That was delicious. It was great, but I had like a little bottle cap in one of those slices of pizza. Lawsuit! That's what something? I'm going to go out right now. We got all the lines lit up, but I'm not going to talk. I'm going to go right now in my bare feet out in the hall. I'm going to slip and fall on that mess, on that schmutz they've got out there in the hallway. Sue them for about $10 million. See ya! Of course, they can't afford 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
You always do a pretty good job of tickling my tummy.
Do I?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say, but I found it very funny. That really isn't Arnold's last name, huh?
Oh yeah, sure. Do you know anybody whose last name is Nigger?
I think it's great. That's funny.
But isn't it a little redundant? Black nigger? I mean, isn't that like repetitious? Not only mention insulting.
Yeah, that's very repetitious.
Yeah.
But it never even occurred to me until I just heard you say it about 5 minutes
That would
ago.
be like Francois Cheap Frog. It's a little repetitious.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, I didn't have much to say. I just wanted to call you and
I hope I made you feel better, pal. You feel better now?
We have a lot of people that are out here listening. We don't always call, but we're listening.
Okay, pal.
Hetero.
See ya. Boy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. We got to retrain this audience, goddammit. Whatever we got left of it, the research shows we got. Oh, that's right. The trend comes out tomorrow. That'll be the last stake in the heart. Just like when they stuck Dracula through the thing. Tomorrow will be the last stake in our hearts on this show. Wait till you see. I bet you that we're down to about a 2 share. Which ought to be good, because then we won't be able to sell all those spots. We'll probably run 3 or 4 minutes an hour, and then we'll have time to beg for calls more. Look at that. One open line there on 3. I'm not taking a call unless every line is lit. That's the new deal on this show. I want to see I want to see those lines foaming like you mean it. Like you mean it, like the old days. I want to see people who are willing to hang on more than for 40 seconds, like at IOD when we worked on a real radio station, where we had real talk shows on, and not just a bunch of sports nerds. What's the odds on a Heat game tonight? The papers got the line wrong. What's the odds, Beefo? Jesus Christ. They let guys out like that on weekdays. They're letting them out walking around on the loose. What's the spread in the goddamn Heat game? Spread this, pal.
Rectum.
Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Speaking.
How you doing? First time, long time.
All right.
I'd like to talk to you about the lovely city of Amsterdam.
Yes.
I just got back in town Monday. I was there for Thanksgiving, a couple of days, and I went to London.
Oh, how sad.
I was looking for you there. I was asking, where's Neil at? Because someone had told me that you were there, I believe, last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't see you.
No. I was in hiding.
You were in hiding?
I was busy. I was real busy all week.
Busy in the coffee shop?
No.
No?
Elsewhere.
Oh, yeah?
Real busy.
In the casinos, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how come that Amsterdam has such liberal laws with things?
Oh, all right, let's hear it for him.
All right.
Yeah. He says, F the American way. That's what he said when I played.
That's the American
Yeah, he says,
way.
well, F the American way. That's the right attitude, pal. That's what I say. F the American way. Let's get the hell out of here, baby. Let's go to a place where men are men and women are thinking about them, okay? Goddamn police state, all you fascists out there with your little uniforms and your little tiny penis. Even the women cops out there with a little tiny penis. Who are you kidding? Sitting under the goddamn bushes, waving their little radar gun. Oh, they're really doing a job. They're protecting the public. What am I going to do about my dead watch, by the way? Did I get a call about my watch, about my kinetic time? This watch is supposed to last forever. Refund! Wake up at 6:15 in the morning. My watch is 2:45. My lifetime kinetic watch. And you know something? People who spend a lot of money, I think this watch was about $300, something like that, $350. That's a lot. That's enough money to pay for a good watch. People that buy like a Rolex for $10,000. You know what you say about those people? There's one word. Well, there's several words, but plastic. Plastic assholes. Materialistic, desperate plastic assholes with little teeny tiny egos and even smaller penises who want everybody to think they're a big shot. Why does anybody need a $10,000 watch? You know something? You could have a Mickey Mouse watch, and if it's $215 on a Mickey Mouse watch, it still says $215 on a $10,000 Rolex. How do you like them apples, huh?
Yeah, but not after 5 years. You might lose 30 seconds and might have to reset your Mickey Mouse watch.
I think I got a Mickey Mouse watch. Piece of crap. And I thought this was the greatest watch I ever had. A Seiko titanium frenetic watch. Here's Fort Myers. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Neil God.
Speaking.
We love you here in Fort Myers.
I'm the only goddamn thing you got going over there in Fort Myers.
What I'm going to tell you right now, we don't want you to blow a gasket.
Yeah.
And we love you
Just
every
get a
day.
gasket, don't blow your gasket.
Right, and that too, and all the above.
Yeah.
And don't give up. Let the son of a bitches call you up. And this is a message to Southwest Florida. Get off your ass and call Neil God.
Okay.
You have a wonderful day. Bye.
Calm down, okay. Calm down. Put it away. They're dangerous over there on the West Coast. I tell you, they were getting real nervous. See, over here they don't care because I'm old news. But over there on the West Coast, Fort Myers, where they're very, very repressed, even more so than over here, where they used to have that religious programming on there 8 million hours a day on that horseball station we got over there, or the Beasley thing. Oh, don't take them away again. It's the only voice, anything that we got. Even voice of sanity, insanity, we don't care. It's all we got. You got it, pal. As long as I'm around, you'll have a voice in Fort Myers. Forget about these people over here, because like I said, I've been on here too goddamn long. I'm old news. I'm old hat. I'm like a comfortable old shoe, but of course an old shoe, you stuff it over in the corner and the dog starts chewing on it. That's me. Chew on this. What's that out-of-town number? I'm glad you asked, Neil. Give it fast, because we've got a lot of spots to get in here. 877-785-6345. 877-SUCK-NEIL. Well, that's what it is. And the guy is right. I'm proud of him that he figured that out. That's somebody else picked that too, by the way. I didn't pick that out, although it sounds interesting.
Hi, this is Bill Zipford. Go to WQAM.com for all the latest Dolphins information and your chance to win great prizes. Playing Beat the Broadcaster. Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Car theft is on the rise. In America, a car is stolen every 12 seconds. What can you do to protect your car? An expensive car alarm system won't protect your car from being stolen. The club won't protect the valuables inside your car. But a big black guy named Ben can.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
For less than you'd pay for an expensive car alarm system, and even less than you'd pay for the club, you can get a big black guy named Ben to protect your automobile.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
It's simple to use. Just leave the big black guy named Ben in your car whenever you get out, and he does the rest. Whenever anyone gets within 6 feet of your car, Ben simply gets out of the car and tells them,
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
Listen to these testimonials from people who use a big black guy named Ben.
It's always nice to have someone to ride with, although he really doesn't say much, just...
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
That's about it. I didn't get a big black guy named Ben to chat with. I got him to protect my car. It's the best investment I've ever made.
My neighborhood isn't that great.
There have been a lot of car thefts. I can't tell you how many times I've heard...
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
Knowing that I've got a big black guy named Ben protecting my car lets me sleep better at night.
Call now, 1-800-1BIG-GUY. That's 1-800-1-BIG-GUY. And instead of hearing this, you'll hear this.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
1202 at 560 WQAM. By the way, if Jeff DeForest ever tells you he's Jewish again, just go, yeah. No, he's definitely a goy. He is. I mean, what is that restaurante? Huh? What is that? With a nice Italian first name, and then it's like restaurante with an I? What is that? The bifo? Only a goy would say that. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going on a fast until I get all these lines lit up. Oh, they are? Here's Miami. Hello?
Neil.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay.
What's up with Center One?
Meaning what?
I ordered 2 keychains. They charged my credit card November 1st, and I still haven't received it. Well, I called my credit company yesterday and told them to take that out till I get the keychains. And I've left 12 messages at Center One, and nobody calls me back.
How do you like that?
It's bogus.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this is the position that they leave me in. And, of course, Norma Kent, my good friend and attorney who sits on the board of directors, Mr. Big Shot with Center One, I had another conversation with him about yesterday. Oh, well, they're having a meeting 5 o'clock tomorrow. Meanwhile, today is the 1st of December. They got a lousy $60,000 we've raised this year. We did $150,000 last year. But because Carol and a couple of other people over there that got their finger in each other's, whatever they're doing over there, I'm doing the best I can.
Exactly.
I can only fight the world for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Give them hell,
these keychains, if we had them in all the goddamn spec stores like we ought to, and a bunch of other locations, we could raise $100,000 just on a goddamn keychain.
Right. I went to Specs and bought your tape and an SCD. But they don't have the keychain.
And, of course, the keychains are the kind of thing where you'll sell 1 million more if people could go and look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, you have to have your hands on it to buy it.
All right, Neil, give him hell.
Good luck, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. Let's kill ourselves. Come on. You first. I'll watch.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. There's another one. Let's see, November 4th. She said today's only December 1st. It's only a month later. Come on, Carol, get off your ass, okay? Stop with the excuses, Carol. We hate you like poison. And by the way, we know you posed for a picture with OJ. Bitch. Yeah, that's right, bitch. In fact, I'll go a step beyond that.
That fucking bitch.
There you go. Thanks, Flea. 5670560, pound 560. Here you're trying to do a job. You got the radio station with that effed up golf tournament with the OJ crap. You got
Roy
sticking his finger in it. Scran sticking her goddamn big nose in it. You got Greg Reed sticking his finger in it. Making guttural sounds, going, running around telling the media, oh, some of the money went to OJ-related expenses. And by the way, not only do I have to fight that, but I'm looking on the list that Carol faxed me on Monday morning of the revenues we've taken in for Center One this year so far, $60,645 as of the end of last week, plus the question mark for 2 weeks ago specs, which I don't understand. Do I see the $2,500 from that golf tournament on this list?
No.
Anywhere?
No.
No. Now, you don't mean to tell me that they still haven't paid them the $2,500 for the golf tournament? I don't see it on this list here. I don't see it on the list. It was supposed to be like 30 to 45 days after the tournament, which was September 24th, and here it is like October, November, 2 months plus later. And last time I checked, 2 months is 60-some days, 60 or 61. So, you know, here I'm sitting in the middle. I got to fight everybody. I got to fight the audience. I got to fight Carol. I got to fight the engineers here who are non-existent. I got to fight Greg Reed, who, of course, has got bigger fish to fry. He's got more important things like ball games to worry about than his top-rated show there in the midday, like getting a real goddamn phone system, which, by the way, it works today. Let's hear it. It works. Yeah. First day in months that it's worked. Am I right? This is the first day in recent memory. That, I mean, it completely worked, like no glitches so far. So far. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I love your show. I listen to you a lot, and I probably am entitled to food stamps because I listen to you when I'm driving and I don't have a cellular phone.
Okay.
But I on the satellite dish, I bought DirecTV. I installed it myself almost a year ago. Love it. I have 4 TVs. I have 3 receivers, so I have 2 TVs on one receiver, and they're close together, and not a problem.
Right.
But I have a question, and I don't know if you know the answer to it. Like, when we get local channels on it, will it won't be something like 69 and 33.
No, not in the beginning. In the beginning, you'll only get the ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, just those four.
Okay.
4, 6, 7, and 10.
But you say in the beginning, do you think they'll...
Yeah, well, the law is that by the year 2002, which is 2 years down the road, but by 2002, they have to have every channel on in the market, any markets that they're carrying any channels. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a progressive thing over the period of time. They'll be adding more and more local channels.
Oh, great, because I lived in Kendall, and a whammy signal on an antenna is terrible.
Yeah, but who wants to see that?
No, the heat and the Marlins.
Oh, like I said, yeah.
Who wants to see it?
Right.
And I eat vanilla.
Especially the
I
Marlins.
like it.
Okay, pal.
All right.
Hang in there.
Yeah, right.
Okay, there's a guy that actually knows something about the small dish. Go out to the store right now and buy a small dish. Get it for your neighbor for the goddamn holidays, for Christ's sakes. Stop being such a bunch of Stone Age monkeys out there, will you please? Try to turn people onto something great, something with a fantastic... Look at the dish we got right here. Oh, God, it's in sync. Get it off. Oh, I feel... Oh, look at that. The mic just spun around like Linda Blair's head. It did, all by itself. Because Instinct was on there. That must be one of Gary Sarner's accounts, isn't it? Instinct? Or was it Stool Pigeon? Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
I got a couple quick things, and I want to change gears for a second.
Yes, sir.
That lady with the keychain called a couple calls back.
Uh-huh.
I ordered the same thing off the internet. I got mine like 2 weeks later. Oh, God. Awesome.
How do you like them, by the way?
Oh, it was great. It is
Everybody
great.
who would ever see one of these would want at least a half a dozen immediately, but the problem is we just can't get them into into a place.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what you need to do about the $2,500. Call OJ and ask him to write the check to send one.
Uh-huh.
He's got the money.
And I think they got about as much chance of getting it from him as they do from these people.
And this is like my first day off in a couple of weeks where I get to call you.
God bless you.
A couple weeks ago, they had Barry Jackson harassing the first team in the humper. So I sent him an email about it, told him to grow up.
Yeah.
He sends me an email back saying everything you guys say is a lie and I should be ashamed of myself for believing it. So I gave you something new to rip on.
Okay, thanks for the good news, pal.
Take care.
Have a great life.
Bye.
Okay, Barry Jackass.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, we're making it up, Barry, right? I listened to the end of one call. Joe handed me the phone that morning, and there was Barry on it. It was 175 minutes. That's all I have to say. Goodbye. Yeah, we just made it up, Barry, you simpleton, you little fat pud-whacking turd. God. The epitome of this town. Epitome. Just like that thing, that spot we got for the Sun Sentinel, the greatest in history, where she says...
Speaking of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
Yentl Green, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
10 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM.
Ed Kaplan knows the score. Starting at 10 till the last game ends. Weeknights only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Hi, Luis Miguel. Play it, baby.
Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer always wound up last in line. That's how he got a brown nose, following too close behind. All of the other reindeer loved to make him cough and sneeze. They all would stop abruptly, and one of them would cut the cheese. One day Randolph got fed up. He said, "This just stinks. Find yourself a new caboose." He gave them all a Christmas goose. Santa and all the reindeer, they began to shout and plead. Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer, you should try proctology.
Okay, 12:15 at 560 WQAM. Thanks to my good close friend Tracy Neely, who sends me a Luis Miguel Nada Es Igual CD opener. I don't think I ever even saw a CD opener before. Oh, you got one, okay, Mr. Hotshot. I never saw. Thank you so much, Tracy, and especially for my CD. You know the one I'm talking about? You know the one I'm talking about?
The Enrique one, right?
No, not the Enrique one. What is
the whatchamacallit, the Schmaltzy one.
Yeah, what's it called?
Bravo All-Stars.
Let's hear it for George. His memory's coming back a little bit. Bravo All-Stars, one of the great records in history of mankind. Not as good as this other one, though. Are they playing Westlife on Power 96 yet?
No.
See, Kid Curry, if you want to have another great discovery, I can give you what's going to be the biggest record in the history of the human race, but they don't want to play it yet because Kid Curry hasn't discovered it yet. Every time I give them another record, just like that Bravo All-Stars, they put it on Power. Oh, here's another Kid Curry discovery. John gives them all that European music. You know, they find all this great stuff that's gigantic all over the... Like, for example...
Yo, listen up, here's the story.
For example,
about a little guy
Eiffel 65, biggest record in the world today.
All day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. I'm blue, I'm indeed, I'm a dying, I'm indeed, I'm a dying, I'm indeed, I'm a dying, I'm a dying, I'm indeed, I'm a dying, I'm a...
Biggest record in the world. Are they playing that in Power?
No.
No.
Of course, it's no Easy Beat.
Party on my mind.
Monday morning feels so bad.
That's right, I forgot about the... Get rid of that! I forgot about my Boca... Oh, look at that. What did I just do? Oh, I ripped my finger... I ripped my thumb wide open on that CD opener. That thing is sharp.
Yeah, don't put your finger in it.
What's it? Look at that.
There's a razor blade in there.
There is?
Yeah, how do you think it opens a CD?
Jesus Christ, Tracy. My thumb is like slit in two spots.
Would you like an adhesive bandage?
No, I would not. I'm just going to sit here and suck it. And my thumb, too. Oh, shit, it's slit wide open. What kind? Look at it. Look at the blood all over my hand here.
Mother,
I'm bleeding over here, you crazy bitch. That frickin' Tracy Neely, what's wrong with her sending me a sharp object? Don't you know they don't trust me, especially during the show, with sharp objects? You crazy woman. Look at that. The blood is just pouring. I got two, yeah. Look at that. Stop. No.
Let's get Adam in here so we can paint
goddamn
them on the
stitches
floor.
In this thing. Yeah, that's Tracy. She's got a great sense of humor. She'll leave you in stitches. Bitch. There's a razor blade in this thing?
Yeah.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? You can't see it. Huh?
Of course you can't see it, and you can't cut yourself on it unless you really try.
Well, I tried. God damn, that hurts. It's like a paper cut. Only two of them right there on the end of my thumb. God, you crazy person, Tracy. Bitch. Here's a mobile in Margate. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
I'm bleeding over here.
Take a Midol. You'll be all right.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know if you touched on this issue at all, but seems I look in the paper, you know, this kid from Cuba who came up.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Not talking about Cuba. I'm not talking about Castro. I'm not talking about little kids. I'm not talking about boat people who drowned, didn't drown. Daddy wants them back. I'm not talking about it. We are drowning in a sea of Cuban dreck, okay? And I am one person who, maybe I'm the only one in this town. I will resist it. I will resist. I'm sick of it. I've had 20 goddamn years of this crap. Every time somebody farts over there, we got to have a whole big song and dance in this community. You worry about it, okay? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to worry about American people. I'm going to worry about see if they find the person who shot and killed those three kids in Hollywood. That's what we ought to be worried about. Cuba. Take Cuba and stick it up your ass, okay? Take Israel and stick it up your ass. Take all those places. Now, the civilized places like Holland, the Netherlands, like the kid says before, you know, F the American way. See, that's what happens to people when they go to a place that's civilized, where you really have freedom and where people know how to have a good time and where everybody's got a big smile on their puss. They say, F the American way, man. It sucks. And he's right. Okay, starting to slack off on these phones pretty bad now. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Seminole. Hello.
Jesus, Yentl and Joseph.
Yes, sir.
That's that Cuban thing, that's the big news over here, too, over in Pinellas
Speaking
County.
of the Dolphins, our Dave Joseph talked to Yentl Green.
Yeah, there you go. Yentl Green.
That's classic.
It is.
They got you jumping up and down like a Mexican jumping bean over there.
No, they did till I sliced my thumb off, yeah.
You're psychotic these days.
Uh-huh.
Hey, You need to get back with, what was that, SUN used to be on over here?
No thanks.
With Fat Blob?
No thanks.
We still got that fact though here.
Yeah, good.
But,
better you than us.
We got Phil after that now.
Right.
You guys got Phil over there?
Yeah.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
Man, he's as good as ever.
Uh-huh.
That's outstanding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Sorry, what?
I seem to be boring you or, like...
No, but why is
well,
it
you're a little displaced
every
today.
time... No, I'm not at all. But every time somebody calls from over there, we got to hear about Bob Lasser. Isn't there more in your life than radio people? I mean, isn't there something more than that? No, that's right. You're in Seminole. I forgot.
Hey, come on now. Well, there is, but, I'm talking to a radio person.
But I don't... See, that's the thing. My life doesn't revolve around radio. This is a job. This is a job. Do I listen to the radio when I'm out of here?
No.
No.
All right. Well, you taught me a lesson.
There you go.
Have a nice life.
And back to you. Jeez, doesn't your life revolve around radio?
No.
No. What the hell am I going to listen to? What's the point? I need to hear Margaret again?
No.
No, I really don't. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, and toll free 877-SUCK-NEIL. Right? That's SUKNEIL. Well, that's it. That's it. That's the only way I can get it across. The guy was right. Suck this.
With a K.
Jesus Christ, man. Look at that thumb. I could squeeze it again and let a whole bunch of blood roll out of it. Get you all psychotic.
Would you like some mercurochrome?
No, I would not like mercurochrome, you little pussy. It's not I've already licked it and sucked it and diddled with it, and my thumb too, okay?
I don't have any. I just like saying mercurochrome.
No, I would not like a tincture of mercurochrome or Marilena Mercury or whatever the hell her name was. I don't want that crap. Maybe tincture of iodine. Maybe just get some shellfish in here, okay? That's good. That's got a lot of iodine in it. Just smear my hand with a shrimp. Just smear my thumb on it. Here's Boca. Hello. Boca is gone. Oh, you still there? Hello.
How you doing, man?
Okay, sir.
Hey, nothing against Big Black Ben, but for my money, old Jewish guy named Eisen is a much more effective theft deterrent device.
Uh-huh.
At least in my part of town.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, when you were talking about cops, my mom's a cop, and she's out there been browbeaten for 10 years on the job.
She's been brown-nosing for 10 years?
No, she's been browbeaten.
Oh, I see.
Because she don't write enough tickets. She don't hide in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
She does real police work, and she actually cares about a job and people.
Hmm.
And the powers that be, the ones that sit in the donut shops,
right,
the so-called superiors,
mm-hmm,
been trying to get rid of her for 10 years. And she's coming up on her retirement now, and they're going to under internal investigation.
Internal investigation for what?
Because...
For not brown-nosing enough?
Yeah,
uh-huh,
basically. And
well, good luck to her, pal. Good luck to her. It goes to show you. Better keep your nose in the right place.
Rectum.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's San Diego. Hello.
Hello.
Buenos dias.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, sir.
Good. I listen to your show on the Internet out in California every day.
All right.
Got a couple of things I want to discuss with you.
Go
First,
right ahead.
Out of curiosity, Neil, do you know how many people listen on the Internet as opposed to people down in Florida? Do you have any clue?
6.
Pardon me?
6.
Come on.
We have 10 people listening in Florida, 6 on the Internet.
No, come on. Seriously, do you really know, or is there?
No. How can you tell?
Because
there's no way of telling.
Because there's like 10,000 stations on the Internet, but your show is the only thing that's unique and exciting. And,
right.
And so the other stuff is all like the same local
Same little
stuff.
crap, right.
It's the same, you hear on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I was going to mention is this. I used to live in South Florida, so I was a fan of yours years ago when I lived back there. But I moved out of Boca, and now I live in San Diego. And I just wanted to tell you, if you ever get tired of all the yentas and all the people crutching in Florida and all this Florida mentality that you talk about, come out to California. It's a lot nicer. People.
Well, I've been to California. I've never been to San Diego, though.
San Diego's a beautiful city. It's nice weather. We don't have the humidity. We don't have to have air conditioning in the summertime. It's not like Publix. When you go to the supermarket here, they smile. They don't push the cart in you and crutch at you everywhere you go. And it's a really nice place.
No, I'm moving to Amsterdam in about a week, I think, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the hell out of this police state.
Well, I don't blame you. I've been there years ago, and Amsterdam is great. Just don't let all your money go up in smoke, if you know what I mean.
No.
Hey, keep up the good work.
Thanks.
I love your show.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Don't smoke it, pal. Sorry. Don't smoke cigarettes either, but I'm getting sick and tired of these goddamn crazy Carrie Nation people. Oh, here you go. Where's that article? Oh, and by the way, can you believe that Greg Kotex, actually, while I was away, he must have done it because he knew I was on vacation, had a good article. Let's hear it for Greg Kotex, which my perverted friend Keith Smith sent me in the mail. This is from Friday, November 26th. Who said the NFL is a democracy, writes Greg Kotex, and he's got a whole little blurb in here about Mark Carrier and Leroy Horde and Lawrence Phillips, who got cut from the 49ers, by the way, for that old asshole out there. And Charles Woodson and the Bronco fans and Leonard Little and Ray Caruth, of course, who and all that other good stuff. Nice going there, Greg Kotex. Of course, I said all that stuff years ago. Just like the guys who wrote that great book, Pros and Cons, that I've been touting on this radio station. But unfortunately, most of the jock sniffers on this station won't talk about because it's bad for business. Bad for business to tell the truth. It's just like religion. Same thing with sports, which is a religion to some of these nerds. It's bad to tell the truth. It's bad for business. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, 1226 at QAM.
Oh, Alonzo, you're so big.
My way, I'm going to put my head between my legs and try and fill myself with it. I'm pulling it in the cockpit to go on a dive and crash the place. I'm eating my last piece of Allah. Praise Allah. I'm flying like an Egyptian. I'm flying like an Egyptian. Hey everybody, look at me, I'm flying just like a Kennedy. Good day to guys, and I stink, so I'm offering into the drink. I could use a bath anyway. Oh, I'm flying like an Egyptian. I'm flying like an Egyptian. Everybody hold your breath. Here we go!
I'm a leading source of the NTSB. As spokesman for the NTSB, I'm here today to announce the conclusion of the investigation of the EgyptAir crash. That is, nothing happened. Nothing at all.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, they're now saying that they're going to spend all that money to bring up a whole bunch of crap that remains because we don't want to piss off the Egyptians. But even after they bring it all up, they said, we already know what happened because we heard the voice recorder. But we just got to do it to make it look good. So let's spend millions and millions and millions of somebody's dollars to bring all the remains up from out there and piece it all back together again and try to put the, thing back together again. All the king's horses and all the king's men and Humpty Dumpty and the plane and all that crap. And in the meantime, we already know what will happen. But we don't want to piss off the Egyptians. We don't want to ruffle their feathers. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a lady in Hialeah Gardens. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not from here, so I only get to listen to you in the wintertime.
I'll be damned.
So me and my boyfriend are down here working. And we enjoy listening to your show every day.
Great.
So.
Where are you from?
We're from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, Portland. And you come all the way down here?
Yep.
To Hialeah Gardens?
Yeah, can you believe that?
To do what?
We race greyhounds.
Oh.
So I got 50 greyhounds that I got to take care of.
Now, you're not gassing any of the ones that are kind of slow, are you?
Oh, no. They get to have homes. They're pets.
Uh-huh.
I have one. I'm serious.
I believe you.
I have one
Did
myself.
I sound a little bit skeptical when I went, uh-huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I believe you. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I have a pet. He's a neat dog.
Yeah. But what about the other 49?
Well, they're really good dogs. We're one of the better kennels.
Aren't they high-strung, though, greyhounds?
No, there's some calm ones. Some are high-strung, but they're all different. They're just like
yeah,
people.
I bet you there's some calm miniature pinchers, too. I just never met one.
Yeah.
You want to swap a greyhound for a miniature pincher?
No.
No? He's in
I like
good
my
shape.
greyhound.
He's in real good shape. And he only drops little bombs.
No, my dog's 75 pounds.
Okay, sweetheart. Have a great time.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Tried to make a little deal there. Didn't work out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Come meet George Rodriguez this Saturday from noon until 2 at the PrimeCo store. We finally got the information. Oh! Here it's Wednesday, and of course it's right in the middle of the holidays when everybody's real busy. But nevertheless, maybe somebody will show up. 1996 North Federal Highway. From noon to 2. There'll be plenty of giveaways, and you'll also be able to buy the Best of Neil merchandise for Center One. We'll have the keychains there. How do you like that? Yeah. Are you also going to have CDs and cassettes?
Yeah.
And T-shirts, those crappy T-shirts?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff. So there you go. There's a good excuse to go out there and pretend you want to see George. Noon to 2 this Saturday at PrimeCo, 1996 North Federal Highway. Which is where? Where's that? Hollywood?
No idea. Probably Hollywood.
You have no idea?
Never been to that one.
Well, I mean, isn't somebody going to tell us?
I went to look for the nephew to see if he knew, like, you know, an intersection where it was.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there.
Oh. But he did put in an appearance for about a half an hour today. He ain't feeling too good, you know. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Hank Goldberg will be here in the studio at 2 this afternoon. Boog Shambi. Going to squeeze his fat ass in there at 6 o'clock tonight. Here's Fort Myers. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, before you went on vacation, you read an article by Peter McWilliams about it was how THC pills were being easier to get for medical purposes.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever read a book of his called Ain't Nobody's Business If You Do?
Oh, yes, as a matter of fact.
I just wanted to mention that.
We talked about that on the air.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry. But also I wanted to say that I agree with That's the American Way, because it's like if you can have freedom of religion as long as it's a huge religion that makes millions of dollars, but if you have a religion with 10 people in it, it's
or freedom of guns, an arsenal of weapons, so they can go out and kill as many people as you want. That's okay. But God forbid, here we have a government agency. I want you to stop and think about how mind-boggling this is. We have a government agency to tell us what words we can say on radio and television.
Exactly.
Have you ever heard of anything so ridiculous and repressive in your life?
Never, ever.
Words.
It's
Can't even say tits on the radio. How do you like that?
Yeah, you just said it.
No. Did I say it?
No, I don't think
so. Oh.
But yeah, that's what I mean. I just wanted to bring that up. That no one ever seems to.
I'm telling you, I'm so ecstatic over that young guy who was over there. He said he was in Amsterdam, had a great time. And when I said, he asked why it's not like that here, and I said it's the American effing way. He said F the American, and he said it. It was great.
Yeah.
Right on, brother.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say, over 50% of the prison population is in on drug-related charges, and they didn't hurt you or your property.
And most of the people who ought to be in prison, which is the politicians, they're running around loose spending our money.
Exactly.
God bless us, sir.
Thanks.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Okay, good calls from Fort Myers lately, except yesterday. 5670560. There must be some living and breathing people over there. Don't forget, you can get the best in LCDs and cassettes at the Specs in Fort Myers, and also in Naples at the, is it Coconuts? Is that the name of that store? Yes. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I thought the last call was pretty good. George said it was kind of boring. No, he was good. 567. Come on, let's get all these lines. We had a moment of greatness there for about a half an hour. I was squeezing myself. Or was that just the blood coming out of my thumb? Nice going, Tracy. How am I supposed to know this?
We had these things for years all around the rest of the place. Gloria Estefan sent us this one.
I wouldn't touch anything that is from Gloria Estefan with your hand, okay, mister? But
they're all over the
talentless,
place.
disgusting, arrogant bitch. You know something? That's the match made in heaven is Instinct and Gloria Estefan. Isn't it great that they made a record together?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What a match made in purgatory.
They never sent us a CD opener.
Who didn't?
Instinct.
Good. Because instinctively you would have known not to touch it. Unfortunately, I didn't know because it was Luis Miguel. I thought, hey, touch away, baby. Hasta que old meatus. Boy, it's a good thing we didn't touch anybody's meatus with this. Woo! Oh, this must be a thing that Sight the Knife uses too, huh? It's a CD opener and bris doer. Yeah, a circumcising tool, if I can say that. Man, just the blood is just gushing out of my thumb. Now, and you're you're like one step away from Adam, you know, and from John.
What? I don't care.
Oh, you don't care. How about the time I had like a little blood on my nose that time? And
that's bloody snot. That's different. That's a gross factor.
You
not
said
blood.
It was gross, but it's not. God damn it! Well, what's?
That'd be like bloody
I'm
stool.
supposed to be the faggot, and it doesn't bother me a little bit of blood, especially if it's somebody else's. Yeah, but
blood doesn't bother me, but bloody snot.
How do you know it's safe? How do you know it's safe, huh?
I didn't spritz the microphone when I did those shows, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I licked it.
Look at this. I'm spritzing some of the blood on the microphone. Just to be sure, next time you do the show, okay? Better bring in that can of Lysol spray. Borrow it from Hank, by the way. You know that big can of Lysol spray that he was going to have in the building when I was coming to work here? He got over that, you know. He was a little bit concerned about sitting on the same toilet seat. That's okay, Hank. I don't take a dump in that. That place is a toilet. In fact, you could go out there and take a dump in a hallway. Nobody would notice the difference. That's you people, like I said, I wish we could have a guided tour. We could raise a ton of money for Center One. If we could just give guided tours of the third floor of this building. You wouldn't believe it. You'd say, oh, we think he's just putting us on. You have never in your life seen such a slovenly, grotesque. You know something? You won't find any bugs. You want to know why? They wouldn't move in here. This is not the rat-infested, roach-infested, like Hank used to say about the Hollywood joint on Sheridan Street. No, they wouldn't move into this. Would be slumming for them. The roaches wouldn't even consider moving into this building. Nice elevators, though. I wonder who's paying off that elevator inspector, you know? What was his name, Gonzalez? Oh, and we don't see my good friend, what's his name, Waldenio. Since I talked about him on the air, do we see him?
No.
He vanished. Jacob?
No.
Vanished. Gee, I got an extra ticket for that hockey game this Saturday for the Washington Panther game Saturday. Maybe Jacob would like to go, huh? Yeah. Oh, I just kissed that bloody spot on the microphone. Look at that. Oh, ew.
Wake up with the first team. No. Joe Rose, Jeff DeForest, and Steve Goldstein.
No.
Weekday mornings at 6. Only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It is so hard.
Evander Kingfish Holyfield.
I'll be the heavyweight champion of the world.
Lennox Decadize Lummox.
Well, I don't think so. I'll be the champion. I will not be a fetus. I will not go home without my crack cocaine. I am not a queer. I am the queer. I'll be the warrior. I'll be your wife. I am ready. Set, go, cat, go. I'll be the champion. Don't you know?
Evander Kingfish Holyfield versus Lennox Decadize Lummox for the heavyweight championship of the world this Saturday night, live on pay-per-view.
$50 sucker fee. Call your cable company, moron.
1246 at 560 WQAM. I got good news and bad news. First of all, it's from your good friend Bob Lincoln, so you know it's going to be mostly bad news. For anybody that wants to go to Amsterdam for the Christmas week between New Year's Eve and or Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, wants to live dangerously, wait till you hear this deal. Even you could afford to go. $199 round trip. Coach, of course, but nevertheless, depart December 24th, return on January 1st, 2000. $199 round trip, Miami or Orlando to Amsterdam. The bad news is, though, in fine print it says, book no later than November 30th, 1999. Wasn't it yesterday, November 30th?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nice going, Bob Lincoln. Sends me this like after the fact. After the goddamn fact. Here's a call in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, I hope it isn't EgyptAir that's giving away that deal.
No.
Oh.
Martin Scare.
Hey, Uncle Leo, I took your advice a long time ago and got one of the small dishes.
Yeah.
And anybody that doesn't have one now, it's got to be nuts.
Is a schmuck. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man. They're talking like a foreign language to them.
Yeah, I didn't even bother. I mean, you know.
I mean, I can understand people that live like in certain kinds of apartments or, you know, whatever, that can't get one. I appreciate that. But the majority of people can probably go out and get one, even if they live in an apartment, and they're still sitting there with prisoners of their cable company. They're morons.
Yeah, if you can't get one, you can't. But as far as the cable company is concerned, man, they were trying to sell me everything, basic cable, this, that, and the other thing. Not only that, did you hear that they were coming out? I had Comcast at the time.
Yeah.
And they were on the radio bragging that they were going to come out with digital service for another $9.95 a month, so you get more of nothing. It was joke. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see their digital pictures?
No.
They suck. They suck. I mean, when you got satellite, it's like watching a home video.
See, first of all, what people don't understand is that when you get anything from the cable, they're retransmitting.
Sure.
They're retransmitting it from the same satellites that you're getting it directly from when you have the dish.
Yeah, and then when their cables go out, or if they got to bug up their thing, you don't have cable. As a matter of fact, during the hurricane, my satellite went down for 10 minutes.
Right.
It came back up with all the storm and everything. Everybody else's cable was down.
For hours.
For hours. A
right.
couple of them were out for days. And I'm sitting there watching away.
There you go.
And all I did was get out, by the way, here's a little ad if anybody wants one. BrandSmart is selling an RCA power antenna if you want to pick up your local stations for like $29. And I just stuck it on top of my TV. It cranks it up. You get a pretty decent picture out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for your local stations. I mean, I don't watch local stations anymore anyway. But the difference in the picture, it's like going to the movies. I mean, it's incredibly sharp. And you're not held hostage by these cable companies that when you try to get online, you sit there literally on hold, which is why I got a speakerphone at home, for a half hour waiting for him to say hello, and we can't get there for a week.
Okay, pal.
Take care.
Have a great day. What do you say? Oh, I'm looking at this fax. This is the best Miami radio hot topics of the tropics. Who is this from? This is unbelievable. The 4th Annual Achievement in Radio Awards recently honored Miami-Fort Lauderdale radio professionals and raised more than $53 grand for the March of Dimes. We didn't get all the winners in the categories. Best Morning Music Show, Y100. Best Afternoon Music Show, Y100. Best Midday Music Show, Magic Cafe. Best Evening Music Show, Smegma 103.5. Best Spanish Music Show, WXDJ. Best Non-Music Daily Show, WQAM for Defoe's Dead Dog. Yeah, they submitted a tape. Defoe's Dead Dog. Joe Rose, Jeff DeFore, Steve Goldstein, talent, Tom Ferrara, Don Brennan, producer. Who's Tom Ferrara? Oh, Tommy. Sorry, Tommy. Tommy's Italian?
Oh, yeah. What'd you think?
I know he's out of this world. I thought he was like undetermined origin. We love you, Tommy. And Donnie B., producer, whose name on there. Defoe's Dead Dog won an award? I knew it couldn't have been Defoe himself. I've heard that show. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Yeah, this is the kind of crap that goes on in this town. A little cluster fest that they have over there. What did I say? Cluster fest. So you didn't even catch it. He's busy hawking a Tronic. Here's Boca. Hello. Boca.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, are you and Dave the Jet fan the same person?
No.
Because that's all you guys do is complain about stuff.
Yeah, then why you listen?
Because you're kind of entertaining.
Okay, thank you. Because you're kind of entertaining. So all you do is complain about stuff. Yeah, just like I came on yesterday to announce to the world about the great news about the local channels being on the small dish. I don't just complain about stuff. If there's something to complain about, I'll complain about it. If there's something good going on, I'll tell you. And that's why you listen, because it's the most goddamn interesting thing in your other boy's pathetic life, and you know it. Moron. Christ, he's an asshole. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, and the world-famous out-of-town line, which has been fairly active today, not spectacular. 877-SUCK-NEIL. SUKNEIL. Here's a Lighthouse Point. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir.
First-time caller. I've been listening to you for years. I heard you mention that EgyptAir incident.
Yes, sir.
I turned my radio on. Just my own 2 cents worth. When that pilot pushed the yoke over and made that dive down to 19,000 feet and shut the engine off,
right.
That's exactly what you do to perform an evasive maneuver if you see a missile coming. In Vietnam, it used to happen all the time.
Yeah.
It's a heat-seeking missile, and the missile was probably trying to home in the engine, so that's why he cut the throttles back, so the missile wouldn't have anything to home in onto. He got to 19,000 feet, and then he started to climb back up again. He turned the engines back on, and that's when the second missile got him. The press also conveniently neglected to mention that it made a 2-hour stop at Edwards Air Force Base before it went on to New York.
Let me ask you this. How come, if that's the case, how come when the pilot came back in and would go to the bathroom and he came back in, how come he said, what's going on in here? And after that, there's evidence that the pilot was trying to do one thing, in other words, get the altitude back up, and the co-pilot was moving in the opposite direction, and they were working at opposite ends.
Because they disagreed as to what kind of a procedure to follow.
But there wasn't any conversation about following any procedure.
Because, see, the pilot was in the men's room. He didn't know what was going on.
Exactly.
Okay, he comes in, and all of a sudden he finds the co-pilot having the plane in a dive with the engines off. And the pilot reacted, the captain reacted, that was he tried to pull the thing back out. And
then why did the co-pilot say, I've made my decision now, it's in the hands of God? Why did he say that?
Because he was scared absolutely blankless when he saw that missile coming.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see how they go about covering this up. Because when they stopped at Edwards, they took on 30 Egyptian officers who were being trained there, and who knows what in the cargo hold. And it looks to me like somebody didn't want those officers and whatever else was aboard the plane to reach Egypt. I mean, it's...
and I hate to break the news to you, but they're now finding something shady in the pilot, the co-pilot's background, which we haven't been told yet what it is, but there's something there.
Well, we'll
That's
see.
also going to debunk your theory. But have a great day, pal, and be sure and put that on the Internet. Oh, yeah. So all the conspiratorialists can start rubbing it together.
And, of course, you know who he's going to say shot him down, right? He didn't let him get to the punchline.
Wasn't it the Trilateral Commission?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it the Illuminati?
It was the Jews.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line and the out-of-town line, the worldwide line. We're waiting on you, baby. That guy in San Diego said there's 75 million people listening all over the world, and we got a toll-free line for you. Do they have anything to say?
No.
No. Let's hear from the Arabs. Come on. 877-785-6345. 877-785-NEIL. Got it? No. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on? You're right about this town. Screw it. I'm going to try to move to Atlanta. But I had a question. Is Warren Moon still a backup in Kansas City?
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I haven't been listening this morning, but I was on the phone with DirecTV last night regarding my bill, and the man who's the manager told me that when the local stations go on, they'll go on automatically. You don't have to sign up or anything.
How's that possible? Why would that be if they're going to charge you $5.99 a month?
No.
I don't believe that.
They're going to put them on as a trial.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, then you're going to have to say no when the charge starts.
Oh, I see.
That's just what they said.
So in other words, they'll come on spontaneously. One day you'll tune it on, and they'll tell you where to tune, and there they'll be.
Now, this is what one of the managers said. Get all different stories.
Right.
The other thing
I don't know why there would be different stories, because it's already on in New York and L.A. It's not like something they haven't started yet. So they
No, but the way they're going to get into it down here.
Yeah.
And the other thing, people tell you how long they listen to you. I can remember the article of clothing that brought you down here from Palm Beach. I'm wondering how many people can do that.
The article of clothing?
Wasn't Dick Syatt and his cod pieces? You showed up the next day after he was kicked off the air?
He wasn't kicked off the air.
Well,
he was canned, but...
Well, he had that, at that time, 23 years ago, they were talking about cod pieces and everything, and it was a different time for radio then.
Yeah.
And
No, he didn't get fired for that reason. He got fired because he had lousy ratings. He had no audience. Because he sucked.
Well, you showed up the next day.
Yeah, because they hired me. That's right, and I sat in there with him, right.
Yeah. So that's how long I've listened to you.
Well, God bless you, pal.
Have a good day.
Sei gesund. 1256 at 560 WQAM.
This is 560 QAM. Dolphins football. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh my God. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
It's a quiet area. Please keep it secret. Despite what the newspaper said today. Yeah. Usually they take the decision to go public. But please don't mention it till I give the okay. Yeah. It's a quiet period. It's nobody's business. That we're making stock available to buy. Yes, we're going public, but it's a top secret. Yeah. So please don't mention it till I give the green light.
Anyway, it's a 101 at 5. Hey, listen, it's everywhere. I mean, you just open up the microphone and there they are. Don't forget the Backstreet Boys this Sunday and Monday, December 5 and 6, sold out at the Mac Arena. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. You can bring George a birthday card too, by the way. What day is your birthday?
Monday.
How do you like that? George is making a birthday appearance at PrimeCo this Saturday, noon to 2. You can bring him a birthday card. You can get your Neil Rogers keychains and CDs and cassettes, etc. at PrimeCo, noon to 2 at 1996 North Federal Highway in wherever it is.
Oh, between Oakland and Sunrise, on the east side.
Between Oakland and Sunrise. Oh, so this is in Broward. I mean, well, I knew it was in Broward, but like somewhere. Between Oakland and Sunrise on the east side. George says he accepts cash, by the way. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I heard the best of Neil on Friday. I tried to let
here's the first, no, the second one. We had one other guy, yeah?
I tried to let you know yesterday, but I
called for an hour and a half and couldn't get a hold of you.
Oh, yeah, because the phones are all screwed up.
Okay. I got the satellite on Friday, $50.
$50?
Yep, Circuit City.
God, $50.
The basic satellite's only $20.
Right.
You know, I'm getting the same thing I am cable, $15 less.
Mm-hmm. And you're getting 10 times the picture, and you don't have to worry about it going out every time a pigeon's got diarrhea.
Yeah. You know, I'm a sports guy. I'm going to get the football and the baseball package.
Right.
You know, what else do you suggest?
What else do I suggest for what?
Should I get the hockey? I'm not a big hockey.
But then don't get it.
Well, shouldn't I try it?
Well, what do you mean shouldn't you try it? If you're not a hockey, that would be like my getting the NBA package, even though I wouldn't watch it. I mean, if you're not a hockey fan, why would you?
I've watched it before. I don't know much about it, but maybe, you know.
Maybe you'll get into it. That's right. Try it. You'll like it.
Okay. All right, Neil, you're the best.
Okay, have a great day, pal.
All right.
There's a guy who's going to at least see there's an open-minded guy. He's going to get the hockey package, and a lot of you other people might become hockey fans if you actually saw it. If you actually saw a great game, an exciting game. Besides the Panthers playing another girls team for the 85th time in a row. 5-6. Oh, that's right. I forgot. The big black guy named Peter is coming back this weekend. There you go.
Oh!
Have a big crowd there for Washington because the big black guy named Peter is coming back. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Just ran into Josh Friedman in the other room when I went out to take a leak during the last commercial break. Guess what he was doing? Shoveling food down. Not just eating. You know, there are other people around the building. It's lunchtime. They're eating lunch. He was shoveling it down his puss. And he holds up a Diet Coke. With caffeine, by the way. And he stands up sideways like he's holding it in with a profile to make Al Goldstein look like a Lilliputian. Yeah, look like a midget. That's how fat he is. God, and here I thought I brought something back from the toilet with me when I walked by the door. Then I realized it was him that smelled like that. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes, I am.
Listen, I just wanted to talk about the gentleman they called from Lighthouse Point talking about the EgyptAir.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking
Mr.
about.
Conspiratorialist, yeah.
My God, I'm surprised he doesn't have his shades drawn, sitting there with a handgun.
He does.
Waiting for somebody to knock his door down.
That's right.
Let me tell you.
In fact, he's probably also on his way after midnight when it's real dark outside, you know, and not too many people out there. He'll be at the ATM getting ready for his year 2000 withdrawals.
Exactly.
That's right.
Let me tell you, what happened to EgyptAir, the co-pilot did it. Trust me.
We know that.
Anybody who has any common sense or knows anything about it, commercial jetliners will tell you that the co-pilot committed Harry.
Right.
So just wanted to tell you guys
that. It shows he didn't speak good English because Harry's been dead for a year and a half now.
Exactly. Well, I just wanted to say that. Listen to your show every so often. Do a good job.
Look under the bed, pal.
Take care.
They're waiting for you.
That's right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Look under the bed, baby, because the conspiratorialists, the Illuminati, that's right, the trilateralists, the Jewish conspiracy, the Devon, the Arabs, they're all out there. It was that heat-seeking missile. I got a heat-seeking missile for you, pal. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. George's big birthday party this Saturday at PrimeCo from noon to 2. Well, might as well make something big out of it.
I'll wear a funny hat.
George will wear a funny hat. There'll be party favors. I bet you the nephew surprised the hell out of you. Doesn't bring crap. I was gonna, make a funny there and say, I bet you're gonna surprise you with a bunch of birthday stuff. He ain't gonna bring you crap. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, God, for nearly 2 decades of listening, and I think I finally figured out that I have something to contribute.
Really?
I'm a pool man, and I can help you keep frogs and coons out of your pool.
Oh, I don't want no coons in my pool.
Well,
in fact, that's why I told Cliff, stay the hell out of there.
You have to understand them. They like to wash their food.
Oh.
So the trick with the coons is to barricade the steps so that they can't sit on the top step, wash their food, eat their food, and make a mess.
You mean like wash off the watermelon before you start carving into it?
Well,
I don't have any coons in my yard.
If you don't have coons in your pool, count yourself lucky. This is the bane of the pool man's existence.
Really?
To come to a beautiful, clean pool.
I never had a coon in my pool in my life.
Crap cascading down the steps. Also frogs.
Frogs, yes. Bufos.
Well, any of them. Put a little beer out.
Yeah.
You can hide it. They'll find
it.
Just a saucer of beer.
Yeah.
And
my dogs will eat it.
Well, put it where the dogs can't get it, like under the edge of the diving board or something. The frogs will get
a diving board? I have a diving board?
Well, I don't know your pool.
No,
I'm up here.
I have a very nice pool, but I do not have a diving board.
In any event, frogs are...
I'd be the last person to take a dive.
The frogs will drink the beer.
I do not allow Greg Lousanis anywhere near my house. The frogs will drink the beer, and what will I do to them?
They don't care. They don't care about sex. They don't lay any eggs in your pool. And if it's sunny the next day, the hangover kills them.
Uh-huh.
Works.
Okay.
That's my heart.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And God bless you. Have any idea what he said?
No.
He said, go get a couple of beers, chug them down, and have a great day, something like that. And it'll keep all the coons away. But they like that cheap wine instead. What kind of beer do coons drink, by the way?
Malt liquor.
Okay. Open line on the out-of-town line, 877-785-SCREW-NEIL, or whatever that thing is. Suck this. Yeah, 785-SUCK THIS. 9 minutes after 1 at QAM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560. QAM.
All right, Freddie Boom Boom Cannon, baby, straight from Palisades Park. This disc from Boca Brian that he found yesterday, prepared by McCann Erickson Advertising Agency in New York, by the way. All these great Coke spots, the Bee Gees, the Tremolos, Neil Diamond, Sandy Posey, Marvin and Tammy, Supremes. How about little Supremes, huh? 57. One moment, please. These are great. These are just absolutely...
Here come those something else Supreme.
Sounds like Dan Ingram. Is that Dan Ingram?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, kind of. All jingles all day tomorrow, I think. All Coke jingles tomorrow. I would play the one by Vanilla Fudge, but then they'd all be saying,
"Were you fudge packing?"
114 at 560 WQAM. We got 20 or 30 open lines. You've been okay the last couple hours here. You actually made a little bit of a comeback. We elicited a little bit of support, but now it's kind of petering out when in doubt. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, and our toll-free line for America, 877, suck the big one. Let's do Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Let me say it one more time. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I want to ask you a question.
You want to what?
Ask you a question.
Ask me a question?
Yes, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the winningest team in the NFL for us percentage-wise?
No, I don't, and I don't care. Do you? Do you know the winningest team in the National Hockey League percentage-wise? Do you know which team leads the Eastern Conference in points this year, sir, in the National Hockey League?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not into hockey.
Why not?
I'm trying to learn, but right now I'm into football, Mr. Rogers.
No, the important stuff is the National Hockey League, sir.
Oh, really?
That's the important stuff. The Toronto Maple Leafs, 33 points high atop the Eastern Conference of the National Hockey League.
Oh, really?
I want you to say Matt Sundin is God. Come on, sir.
No,
I want you to say Sergei Berezin is God.
No, you know what
I want you to say Curtis Joseph is God. Yeah, that's right. Say I know Cujo.
I want to know who is the winningest percentage.
I know Cujo. I know Cujo.
Don't know Cujo.
Come on. Well, then you better know Cujo, man. If you don't know Cujo, you blow. What do you say? Okay, we got 1,600 open lines here. Starting to get a little bit antsy about this last 45 minutes today. Starting to lose my confidence again. And those numbers will come in tomorrow. Boy, they're going to be really, really... Yeah. Grim. It's going to be a grim day around here. The Grim Creeper. In fact, I better call Mom and cancel lunch tomorrow because we'll be wanting to eat during the show. Oh, yeah, got to eat your frustrations out. It's like at the track tonight, Fat Rich. He'll be eating up a storm. Just a couple losing races, and that's a good excuse to order like another course, at the table. Come on, Rich, you got to lose 60 pounds this week. Let's go, fat man. You got to do it. We're worried about you. Eating like a cow. Here's the only man I ever know in my life. He had a stroke, and instead of getting a message, you lose a little weight. He goes out and gains a quick 10 pounds, and he's working on another 10 right now. Lose some weight, Richie. Come on. You fat, chubby guy, you. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Hey, I got a couple of things. First of all, on that on the thing where they want to compress the radio signal to fit more commercials in.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone brought this up, but why do they have to mess with the program signal? Why don't they just compress the amount of commercial time or compress the signal when the commercials
Yeah, why don't they speed the spots up so they can run 20 minutes of spots in about 10 minutes? That sounds good to me.
Why do they always have to mess with the programming? Why can't they mess with the commercials?
They don't care about the programming. In addition to which, don't you understand, the advertisers would raise holy hell. The agency people, all the advertisers, they'd say, oh, you're screwing with my spots. But the talent, we don't have any, there's no constituency for us. There's nobody to step in and say, oh, you're screwing with the talent, which is the reason the people listen in the first place.
Well, when ratings
we
start
have no
going down,
constituency.
when the ratings start going down, then maybe they'll figure it out at that point.
Maybe.
Who knows? The other thing I wanted to talk about, kind of changing tracks, is I'm reading Dave Barry's new book. He's written his first novel called Big Trouble.
Why are you reading Dave Barry?
Well, it's something to do with entertainment.
Oh, my God.
Well, there's a couple of passages.
You need to get you a satellite dish, something. Tell me.
There are a couple of passages that I think you influenced.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you read Dave Barry, it'll make you every time. Will.
He steals all your stuff all the time?
I beg your pardon?
Does he steal your stuff all the time?
I don't know. I don't read his crap. Why was he stealing
Well, if I could, there's a couple of small passages. There's
ahead.
a couple of hitmen, and they're listening to a sports talk show on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And the passage goes, the host was talking. Where are the Gator fans now? All you Gators call when you win, but now that you lose, you don't have the guts. So the radio host takes the call. I'm a Gator fan, and I'm calling. And what do you have to say? You said we didn't have the guts to call, so I'm calling. Yeah, okay, and so what do you have to say? I'm saying, here I am, I'm calling.
Mm-hmm.
That's it? You're calling to say you're calling? You said we didn't have the guts. Because you don't have the guts. All week I had all these Gator fans on here talking fast, and now they're running high.
Why are you reading Dave Barry? Why are you doing this to yourself, sir?
Well, I just read this, and I thought of you immediately.
Please don't read anymore. Please, I'm begging you. I don't mean on the air. I mean just in general. Just burn it. Burn that thing, I'm telling you.
Well,
your eyesight is a precious thing. Don't waste it. Not on one more page. I'm begging you. Pleading with you.
Well, you've obviously made a big impact on him. Because
the only impact I'd like to make on him is for him to go away until I'm ready to get out of town in a couple of years, okay? Go away, Dave. Have a great day, pal.
I love you, Neil.
See ya. Okay, down to 3 calls left on the board. I want to see every line lit up here again. Okay, worked before. Won't work again. Will it work again?
No.
I'm going to play Westlife. That's the best record in history. It's not even debatable. Next to that. The Easy Beat.
Monday morning feels so bad.
No, it's better than that. This was good in its time.
Everybody seems to mad.
Still good, though. Oh, it's still good, but not like Westlife. Different genre. Both British, though. How do you like that? All right. Wow, what rhymes with pretty? 20 after 1 at 560 WQAM. If they would just play it here, these constipated program directors. You see, that's the reason why, like Blue by Eiffel 65, #1 in every country in the world in the last several months, everywhere. Finally made it over to Canada. It's already #1 there this week. Has it made it here to the U.S.? No. Because you got a bunch of spineless program directors who play the same 10, 15, 20 songs, like right down the hallway here. I don't want to mention because we know this will be a Kid Curry discovery in the next couple of days. Westlife, Flying Without Wings, guaranteed to be #1. Overnight. Greatest record in the history of mankind. You watch, and the first person that's going to call and comment will say, gee, Neil, that record sucked. You watch. What? Now, what are you agreeing with? Uh-huh. See, I don't really care whether you like it or
Oh,
not.
I know.
I don't, because your taste is in your tush.
Sure.
You're still with your limp dick biscuit.
Uh-huh.
Here's a Mobile in Delray Beach. Hello. Mobile in Delray Beach.
Mobile, how you doing, Neil?
Yes, sir. All right.
A question. You're an expert on the Atkins diet. I know. I'm starting it. I started
What do you mean I'm an expert?
Well, I've
been on it since 7 o'clock this morning.
You what?
I've been on it since 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I know, and that's the good thing you do. You go on and off it, and you still continue it.
Who says I continue it? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the Atkins diet.
Well, I thought you were doing it.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can answer this question on everything they say is no carbs or sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, I pick up an item, say pepperoni. It says no carbs, no sugar, but it has dextrose. Now, does that matter if there's no carbs in it?
If it says 0 carbs, then eat it.
That's what I thought you said about 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
Neil, you're
I'm
the greatest.
still saying the same thing. Okay, good luck, pal.
Bye.
And watch what kind of pepperoni you're putting in your puss. 5670560, pound 560. Nothing worse than getting a bad pepperoni, man. And, of course, the out-of-town line, we're waiting on you, 877-785-NEIL. 877-785-6345. There's got to be somewhere, like in Geneva, New York, we got somebody listening right now, sitting right on the edge of their goddamn sofa, hanging on it. You think?
No.
No. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I heard you criticize the people that buy Rolex watches.
Yes.
You own a Corvette, don't you?
Yeah.
Why did you buy the Corvette?
Corvette's a great car.
You could have gotten the same place in a Hyundai.
Sir, Corvette. I could go out and buy a goddamn Lamborghini for $140,000. A Corvette's not that expensive for a sports car. Corvette only costs about $40,000.
Well,
I buy a Corvette because I drive in it, because I like the way it rides. If I could find another car for $15,000 that I liked as much as the Corvette, I'd go out and buy the $15,000 car. I didn't buy it to impress anybody. People buy Rolexes because they want to impress somebody with what a big shot they are.
Well, you got a beautiful car. I know that.
Yes, so what's the big deal with a Rolex watch?
Well, what is the big deal?
Yeah, you tell me. I don't know.
If people can afford it, they buy it.
But why? Why not take the $10,000 and spend it on, take $500 and buy a nice watch, and take $9,500 and buy it on something good?
That's right.
There you go. Have a great day. Okay. What, did anybody know what his point was? No. I don't. Just leave my cars alone, man. And you show me somebody that's got a Rolex watch.
He's an asshole.
That's right. Jeff Cohen wears a Rolex watch.
He's an asshole.
God. Well, that explains it. You can find him at the Pizza Loft. 127 at 560 WQAM.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Is he still on a time warp? He is?
Living in Miami can be very crappy. Without content Julio, politicians fresh off the boat, apathy. Don't matter to me, I don't care.
No.
I don't care. Outside of Scookins and Chubsing, South Florida is boring. It's malls and parking lots, early birds and old farts, so fuck me. This place really seems that I don't care. I don't care. Whatever happened to all the good things we used to have? Nobody gives a crap, and it's controlled by dumb assholes.
Yes.
It's the land of the brain dead, so I prefer to scratch my balls instead. I don't
What is it again? 133
I don't care.
at 560 WQAM. 5670560. We might make it till 2 o'clock, maybe, where it's going to be real nip and tuck, real close, real tight, right down to the wire, nipping nose to nose. Nip it in the bud. 877-785-6345. That's what we used to say at Paxson. Nip it in the bud. 877-785-6345. I'll tell you how bad it is here. We had a couple of our sales holes in here this morning, and all three of us, them two and yours truly, we were reminiscing about how great it was at Paxson.
Oh!
That's how bad it is here. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hey, Neil, what's
Yes,
up,
sir.
man?
How you doing?
I got a request. Bake that ass up.
I beg your pardon? Tighten that ass up?
No, back that ass up.
Oh, back that ass up, yeah?
Yeah, from Juvenile. Could you play that for me?
Okay.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, back on this. Back on it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Hey, you Schwarzes, you better calm down a little bit or we'll, snitch the Arnold on you. We'll tell them that you're a little bit out of control and then you're in real trouble, okay? As in terminated. Oh, here's Dave the cop that I see you've had waiting on here for a very long time, and thank you for doing that.
Yeah, how you doing, Neil? That song before was great. I meant to tell you.
You actually liked it, or you just
Well,
fucking
listen,
around?
it's no Alice in Chains, but it wasn't
No,
too
you
bad.
didn't like
It wasn't too bad. Listen.
What do you mean it wasn't too bad? It's great. It's a great song. It's a great group. And you people, man, what do you know?
What, you people?
Yeah, you people, you and George.
Oh, there you go. Listen.
Musical taste in your tush.
I think they should keep riding in Seattle until Soundgarden gets back together, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Listen, real quick, I'm headed up to a
Isn't
real...
that great, by the way? The World Trade Organization brought out all those great people up there. What does that have to do with making a protest? They're pulling the newspaper things off the sidewalks, and they're using them as battering rams to push through the goddamn windows. What was that all about?
You got all sorts of idiots coming out there and just taking advantage of peaceful protest, which is, their rights to do, but ruins it for everybody. It's everywhere anytime you have something like that.
Bunch of assholes.
You got that right. Anyway, I'm headed up to a real city day after tomorrow, spending a week up in Boston. Going to catch the Bruins Blackhawks game Saturday night.
Oh, the Bruins Blackhawks. When are you going to see a hockey game?
Well, that's true. Because of that, I'm going to talk my wife into sitting out in the freezing cold and watch the Patriots and the Cowboys. How's that?
That's two girls teams. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, listen, my Rams are doing good. I feel good for now. Let's see what happens. And that's basically it. Happy Chinooka to you.
Okay, Dave.
And I'll be out there at Boston Common lighting the manure on Saturday night.
Have a great time.
You got it.
See ya.
Bye.
Say hi to Patrick Henry. 567 and John Henry. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I'll tell you one thing. Our management is so stupid, they don't know the difference between hemorrhoids and asteroids. They don't, although they are a pain in the ass. What's that out of time? I want one more call on that. And, of course, it could be even from Palm Beach County. That's how weak this crowd is. That's how weak you are. Put in that 800 line, and I'm sitting here just like all the other lines. I thought day after day that would be the one line we could depend on. Smoking. Is it smoking?
No.
Is it smoldering?
No.
Is it lukewarm?
No.
Is it tepid?
No.
877-785-6345. 877-785-6345. Pete Rose, good guy or compulsive gambler? Good guy or asshole?
He's an asshole.
Yeah, but quit picking on Pete, okay? I can't stand him, and I still say, quit picking on poor Pete. And Jim Gray, by the way, I'll tell you.
He's an asshole.
He's a major asshole. If I hear anybody suck up to Jim Gray on this radio station again, I'll puke my guts out. I will. I'll heave meals that I ate 25 years ago. All these suckholes we got here. Like Larry King. Oh, I was watching something at Jim Gray's house. We were watching the ball game. Larry King, who never met an ass that he wouldn't suck. Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is an old fart from Sunrise.
Oh.
Listen,
Yes,
can
sir.
you tell me, I've listened
No.
to this Pete Rose all along.
Yes.
I have never heard anyone say that he bet against his own team while he was managing.
That is correct. They don't even have absolute evidence that he bet on baseball, except the word from some horseball bookie that was trying to get himself off from some charges. That's all that framed him.
The point is, look, I'm a retired criminal attorney,
Right.
and I can't understand, and God, believe me, some of the sentences that have been handed out, this man has been deprived of making a living in the field that he knows most.
They shamed this man into going on those goddamn home shopping networks and having to peddle memorabilia, which is about as low as you can go. When you have to lower yourself to Joan Rivers level and go on Home Schlock Network to peddle a bunch of crap to the public just to try to eke out a living and make a few bucks so you can lose $2-3 grand at the track that night, then you know that they've really stuck it to you. I say, let's give Pete the whatever it is he wants.
By the way, apropos to what you mentioned the other day about religion being the opium of mankind.
Yes, sir.
I hope you don't mind this. Just a very brief little
story of this kid who took the exam, and there was the quote, and he had to fill in who said it. And after he filled it in, he runs down to the Kremlin, looks up there, and it says, "Religion is the opium of mankind, Lenin." And the kid says, "Thank God."
Okay.
Well, I try.
See you.
Listen, have a lovely.
Zagazun.
Just be well.
You too.
The rest is bull.
Crap. Amen.
Bye.
See ya. He's right. Your health, that's all that counts, baby. If you don't have your health, you haven't got crap. That's right. Just be healthy and happy and screw everybody. That's what we say here at QAM. Screw everybody. Just give us the effing money. Screw everybody. Get the spots on. Screw everybody. That's what we say. That's our motto here at QAM.
Can't think of anything to say.
Hi, I'm Aaron Summers, and you know what? You got me talking on the passion phone. Tell me the story about how you got flown. I got you down. Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down. The lines are jammed up. Yeah, there isn't a doubt. Call up and tell me what it's all about. I got you down. Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down. 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 Here on the show, there's a new topic each night. Who'd you have sex with? Were they black or were they white? I got you down.
Are you?
Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down.
145 at 560 WQAM. We got the Hank Goldberg Show coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We got Boog Shambi at 6 and Eddie K with the GA Show 10 o'clock tonight. Here's a call from Hallandale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, is it more beneficial to have a young African-American employed and paying taxes, or...
Can I tell you something, sir? Take Lawrence Phillips and get your blow-up doll and run off with him, okay, together, the two of you. 567. As soon as I saw Hallandale, I knew exactly who it was. There was no doubt in my mind. Scumbag. Scumbags of a feather stuck together, sir. Here's Boston. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just thought I'd give you a call from on the out-of-town line.
Yes, sir. Sir?
I heard Dave the cop's coming up here. Just let him know that it's cold as a witch's
ass.
Yeah, the word you can't say up here. Yeah.
Tits. Yeah.
And you know, I'm taking your advice and getting rid of my cable and getting we're gonna try the Dish Network, I think.
When are you getting the local channels up there?
I'll just do it through I'll just put the antenna on the roof and.
Oh, there you go. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just say goodbye to cable. It probably sucks even up there.
It does.
Cable blows
the same
everywhere. Cable is like the Antichrist of your TV set.
Yep.
It's like the Chupacabra.
Okay. Okay, that's it.
Okay, amigo. See ya.
Bye.
See you at Fenway Park. Not see you at Faneuil Hall. Not see you at see you in September. Say hi to Paul Revere. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line, the out-of-town line. We just had we had two calls from Boston today. One from our friends at WRKO are becoming chronic because they're obsessed with this show. I'll tell you what, for $1.5 million a year, I'll let you simulcast this show up there. How do you like that? For like $15, like I said. Get on here in a real market with real living and breathing people like up there in Boston. I have a 98 share in Boston. I guarantee you that. I'd be big up there. I'd be huge. Every college campus, every guy in one of those bogus schools up there, be mammoth. Down here, you go to UM. Neil, who's that? Neil on what? Neil down? Even the FIU and even BCC. Remember I used to be gigantic in BCC? When's the last time we had a call from a BCC person, huh? What, 25 years ago? Something like that? Well, they're all busy with that windsurfing. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
Listen, I just wanted to let you know, I never get to see. My wife doesn't like me, listening to you all the
Why
time.
not? Is she some kind of a humorless bitch?
She's always stressed out about me always listening to Neil this, Neil that.
Why is that?
But listen, we're on vacation for a month.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got it piped through the whole house, right? And she's one of these.
Right.
She's one of these computer nerds. She's a software engineer, and you got to play that Y2K thing. That's like the funniest. She needs to hear that.
Okay.
All right, big guy.
See ya.
Listen, have a good one.
Don't say big guy.
All right.
Don't say it.
I don't know if this is what he was talking about.
Didn't he say Y2K? Which one was he talking about?
Y2K my ass, I think.
Well, I'll play them both. How's that?
All right. The other one's really long.
Rectum. It's so long.
Y2K, we go dark, and all computers go offline.
All right.
Y2K, we go dark, everybody's gonna die. People will panic with murder and havoc. I read that in a magazine, in a comic book store. If you believe it's the end of the world and see the market crashing again for the millennium, the long time, start jumping away.
Thank you for attending today's conference on how to deal with the Y2K problem. I would like to announce the development of a new software system which will be year 2000 compliant. This program is known as Millennia Year Application Software System, or MyAss. Next Monday there will be a meeting in which I will show MyAss to everyone. We will hold demonstrations throughout the month so that all employees will have an opportunity to get a good look at MyAss. We have not addressed networking aspects yet, so currently only one person at a time can use MyAss. This restriction will be removed after MyAss expands. Last week my secretary said to me, "I'm a little nervous. I never put anything in MyAss before." I helped her through the first time, and afterwards she admitted that it was relatively painless, and she was actually looking forward to doing it again.
All right.
And was even ready to kiss MyAss. As you begin using the program, feel free to put anything you want in MyAss. As MyAss grows larger, we envision a time when it will be commonplace for a supervisor to hand work to an employee and say, "Here, stick this in MyAss." It will be a great day when we need data quickly and our employees can respond, "Here it is. I just pulled it out of MyAss."
It's 1:50, 10 before 2 at 560 WQAM.
Jim Mandich talks sports weekends right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
1 million times for Neil Rogers. He's in his house.
Oi!
They asked me how I knew that Neil was a Jew. Oh, I just smile and say, yes, he may be gay, but he's different in one way. Look, on his head you'll find a spot of the Hasidic kind. When Neil sits on his throne and looks at empty phones, there's a yarmulke on his dome. Oy vey.
Great noise from Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Things are better with Coca-Cola. Things are better with Coke. Oh! Life is much more fun when you're refreshed. And Coke refreshes you best. We
We never make it through a record session without Coke. The studio's full of empty bottles when we're finished. And you know, we never get tired of drinking Coca-Cola. We drink it Coke after Coke after Coke. Food goes better with fun, goes better with you, goes better with Coke. The real life one was extra fun in you and everything you do. So things go better with Coca-Cola. Things go better with Coke.
Or Gary, huh? Speak to us, Gary. Gary. 157 at 560 WQAM. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hey, Pally.
Yes, sir.
Listen, what is this new volunteer park they're building, Neil?
The what?
The volunteer park.
Volunteer park? What was that? What was that? What was that? Anybody have any idea? No. Here's Hollywood. Hello. Hollywood. Okay, let's try Mobile and Aventura. Hello. Mobile and Aventura.
Yeah, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Hey, I'm one of the
What's going on out there?
Nothing much. I'm out of Aventura passing by Joe Robbie right now.
Yeah.
I'm one of the, I only get to listen to you between jobs. I'm one of the few white Jewish DSS installers that's around town.
Oi!
Yeah, I wanted to know your opinion on the local channels that DSS is about to give now that Clinton signed the bill.
You wanted my opinion? I've been screaming and yelling about it for 2 days. It's great.
Yeah, I think it's going to actually put a definite hurting on the cable company.
Amen, brother.
You're not kidding. I worked for Time Warner for 5 years in New York.
Screw them.
It was the absolute worst. I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Right.
Yeah, so like I said, this is the first time I called. Long-time listener, and I really enjoy your show. And that's about it.
And don't spend it all in one place.
I try not to.
Okay, good luck. There you go. He's a cable guy. I mean, a DSS guy. The cable guy, even Jim Carrey, they're off tour now, baby. They're finished. They can see the handwriting on the wall. They can smell it.